Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel, and welcome back to Sci-Fi Sundays. You know, it's our favorite day of the week. I'm back in the office. It's nice and cozy. We got a full house here, but most importantly, as you can see, our Storm Bear's home. Our Storm Bear's home.
Stormy goes back and behind you, careful.
I like the dragon forest. That's cool.
Well,
I've been binging Game of Thrones the last couple of weeks.
Oh,
I need to do that again at some point.
Well, before we jump into everything we've watched, Stormy, how have you been? How are you?
I've been living in hell, and that hell is called Calculus 3. But last Sunday, I finished my exam, my final exam, got my grade, and that shit is over with. God, that was grueling. Grueling.
My degree starts in like 6 weeks, so I feel your pain.
Dude, I am so sorry. Yeah, just my advice is get the hard stuff out of the way. That way you don't have see. I put the hardest class for my degree program. I put the hardest class off to last, and then I ended up dreading it for like a year and a half. So just maybe do the opposite. That way you get the pain out of the way, rip that scab off, and then
start with the hardest to the easiest. Then every time you finish something, it gets easier.
Yeah, funnel it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe. Maybe. Of course, then you may be suffering so trauma for the rest of the easy classes. It may be, I don't know, man. But I met my match with Calculus 3.
Yeah, I don't do math. As you'll know from watching many of my videos, every time I try to do any math, it goes badly.
We know it was easier when I was 21 years old and had just fresh off of, Algebra 2, linear equations and all that shit. But then, at the age of 62, going back 40 years and trying to remember all that, that was probably really the hard part, to be honest.
40 years ago was roughly the last time I did maths as well, but it was more like 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 12. It's 9.
God.
As you said, maths.
Math.
Peter popped in there.
You go to maths, but it is math. I'm doing math, but I'm going to maths.
Jay, you want to try to get in the Christmas
Stormy
singing?
Bear bouncing here and there and everywhere, fixing rockets without a care. Somewhere like this. Okay. Stormy Bear. No, it should be bouncing here and there and everywhere, fixing rockets without a care. Stormy's a gummy bear. I love singing. I'm going to do a Christmas song.
Oh, God.
We are in the Christmas mood.
Can't say that. It's supposed to be nice to me.
So, all this crazy stuff has gone on for a while. It's actually led us to do something that we never thought we were going to do. We've gotten together again, of course, and we're forming a new group, a learned group, as Stormy is bringing us here. We're going to be a learned crew, and we have founded SciTrek Academy.
Oh, yes.
Aren't you all excited for it?
Oh yeah, I'm just tickled.
David sent us this, so it is the wonderful work of old DB in here. Thank you, Davey.
Yeah, that made me sick in my mouth a little bit.
The thing I like about Davey is he gives me hair.
Yeah, I do like that.
He ponies up some hair, which I haven't had in quite some time. But yeah.
He takes years off as well, doesn't he?
Right?
A couple.
Loads younger. I do like a bit gay in that. I do like.
Y'all get aged down, and I get aged up and turned into a Klingon. I don't know what's fair here.
Can we just use those for a profile pic?
Well, I mean, you're kind of like a teenage Klingon there. I mean,
Matt looks amazing. Look at that.
And Jay looks like Spider-Man with glasses.
My head is too small. It's just weird. And I do look like I'm not giving my parents grandkids, and I'm sorry, I just do.
I love Greg. Looks like he's in the "It's Always Sunny" thing, just in the bottom corner over there.
Yeah.
Oh, Well, SciTrek Academy. We'll be starting classes soon. Y'all keep your eyes out.
Yeah.
Professor Danny Gandalf is going to lead us.
The video I do slagging that poster off, the real one, just went live about half an hour ago. It's the most embarrassing Star Trek poster I've ever seen in my life. It's not like any. It's like Friends or 90210 or
Exactly.
some sort of Star Trek the rom-com trailer. It's ridiculous poster. So stupid.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Give us your opinion. Don't shine it on. What's your?
Mate, I wish I could swear, but I won't because
we're past the first 3 minutes. You can swear now.
We're not British, are we?
Let me get my diction. Let me get my thesaurus.
Sarah, because you're late. You stick your fingers in your ears for a second. Actually, you quite like hockey, so I'm probably okay with it. It's a fucking cunting mess, right? It's so bad. It makes me want to like jab my fingers really hard in my ears and swirl it around so you can see my eyes going around like a freaking. It's really bad.
Yeah, like
what is the actual poster for you to look at if you'd like?
And I'm okay.
Sorry, what were you saying, Sarah?
And the Klingon smiling
I don't even remember
his
now.
arse off looks so creepy. Like,
no go, sir. I can't even be bothered to hate watch it.
beard. I'm just like, oh god, it's just so bad.
There's no trekking. It's just like
they're singing Kumbaya, my lord.
I say, how many musicals do you think are going to be in Academy?
Oh, Lord.
Everybody hold hands. Yeah.
Everybody hold hands.
Yeah, they are going for a younger demographic. That's exactly why they've done this from
that's
start.
So do a different show. It's just
well, I find it funny.
about it.
Like they're going after younger demographic, but also when those were popular, those type of posters were 25, 30 years ago. Younger demographics don't look at posters like that and are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go watch it now. That was like the 90s or early 2000s. That's like an outdated poster for even trying to attract younger audiences.
Friends had that exactly the same poster.
The younger generation to me is anyone under 60, which is really sad.
I'm young, yes.
I don't look at age. I just ask if your knees work very well, and if they don't, you're like, I'm with you, brother. I'm like, yeah, my knees are knackered. Like, I don't need to know how old you are. We're on the same page. My knees are screwed.
Oh, dude, yeah, same.
Star Talk episodes are only 5 minutes long. Peter, do not give them ideas.
That'd be better, at least.
I
got a general YouTube question for you guys that's come up at least in my life the last couple of weeks. Is the streaming audience and the internet audience in large, are they really getting tired of the 5-minute TikTok things? It seems like there's a trend back toward long form.
Yeah,
they seem
getting longer and longer.
It just seems like, well, the 3 minute, the 30 second, the 90 seconds, whatever. It's like people get so scattered, and it seems like they've done nothing, and they really want to engage longer.
I hope that's true. That'd be better.
I've read about some instances of people, saying, well, that's what their trends show.
It's a weird little conundrum because verticals are taking over actual like film industry world and stuff like that. So that's the only kind of film work you get. So mainline, I hate to use the word content when I'm talking about like film and projects like that, but mainline content like that is totally getting shortened, super quick edited. It's turning into what TikTok was, not necessarily, but close. It's kind of between TikTok and that Quibi thing from a few years back that didn't last too long. That would be doing super well right now. And then YouTube and TikTok and places like that, they've all extended their shorts, like you're saying. Like YouTube, it had to be 50 seconds to 60 seconds, and now it's up to 3 minutes is a short. So it's almost like it's yin and yang in a bit, where YouTube's kind of expanding again, TikTok's kind of expanding again, kind of elongating their time. Our TV and movies aren't, and I don't. Who knows what's going to happen? We're just kind of there. It's weird.
Even I started doing that. thing, and I was like, I was so against it when it came, and even I've started. But I keep getting, it knows I'm a creator because it listens to you, doesn't it? So I get a lot of those. If you're a small creator, use this noise, and you'll get like a million things. And I'm like, no, I want to watch Saturday Night Live. What's a Saturday Night Live? I don't want to see this every bloody fucking thing. So yeah, I just kept going, no. Ooh, okay, funny. No.
Well, one thing I've noticed, like on, sorry. Well, I was just going to say, like for Professor Cringe, the longer, getting more engagement on longer stories than I am shorter stories. And so when I read about the trend going toward longer engagement, is like, and then I went back and looked at Professor Cringe, and it's like, well, Jesus, there's something to that, because and it's a tiny gradual bump, you know. But it's like, well, shit, is that becoming a thing? I mean, because it doesn't seem, you know, you go through the TikTok thing over and over and over and over and over, and you become oversaturated, and you don't feel like you got a full meal. You spend all that time, you didn't get a full meal. And I think people are just, unless you're doing short form, you know, it's dance video, whatever.
It's emotional junk food.
Yeah. There's one guy. He does political commentary. Was a lawyer from California, and he was starting to do. You know, he's doing the 3 minute, the 5 minute thing. Well, now he also mentioned this phenomenon, and so he started doing hour-long YouTube videos, and those have really increased. The engagement per minute is higher than the shorts, which you would think it was the opposite, because there's. Anyway, I'm hoping, you know, people are just getting sick and tired of the really short stuff where they get nothing.
I consider doing shorts just like a trailer for the video.
Yeah.
Get a couple of thousand views on a short. I've had 10,000 before now on shorts,
Really?
and you get the odd sort of like subscriber from it. Or you get people see it, and then you've got the related link, and then they'll go watch so occasionally I'll get spikes on the real video from it. But you make pence, that you don't make any money on them. It's literally like, oh, it's got 10,000 views, you made 12p. Oh, well, fucking thanks very much. But if it drags people to the channel, then great.
So essentially, for the way you're seeing it, it's become an ad platform, the shorts, an ad platform that occasionally gets you enough money for a bottle of water at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Well, it does depend on the type of content and the projects you're doing and making as well, especially for Professor Cringe, because that is longer format. It would fit longer format and get that type of audience too. Whatchamacallit, just while we've been talking about it, I kind of come up with a theory. Obviously, our brain can only handle so much dopamine, so much serotonin at a time. I think it's kind of dopamine withdrawals is why TikTok and YouTube and the audience that typically has in the last few years gravitated towards the shorter stuff started gravitating towards longer things again, just because I don't know if their brains can handle it anymore. You can only literally take in so much and have so much dopamine flow before it starts wearing you down a bit, like mentally, physically, not necessarily physically, but it can. The what?
You run out.
Yeah.
Dopamine dumps. That's when people have, like, after a certain drugs and things they could take. I figure it's ecstasy that dumps all your dopamine. I forget you'll put it a bit. And that's why people have huge drops.
Those big old party drugs.
And you get really depressed and, like, feeling.
Well, it's almost like the shorter stuff with the verticals and all that kind of example-wise is now the audience that wasn't looking at all the TikTok stuff the last few years it's burnout, like you literally just said a second ago. That's exactly what I'm thinking. It's what kind of brought the theory to mind. Thank you, me nails. It's almost like that yin and yang, like we said earlier. It's kind of like the audience is switched. The older audience that kind of we're all more attuned to watching the long form, not the TikToky kind of things, now feels the need to kind of watch that to a degree. It's like, well, my entire media the last 5 years has been this. Okay, now I've kind of lost my will to go seek out this other thing. Like Jay said a second ago, now I found myself started scrolling, even though I don't want to.
Yeah.
We're kind of tired at this point. So we're getting kind of,
Yeah.
okay, we'll watch a little bit of it. Fine. You got us. We're watching it. Where the people that have been watching it for all these years are kind of doing the opposite, where they're like, I can't. And, they're at this point.
I found stuff through shorts, though, that I didn't know was there. I didn't know I liked Saturday Night Live. Because I've never really watched it. We don't have it over here.
Right.
Oh, you don't?
No, it's not. It's probably on bloody some late night,
Crazy streaming, right?
350 channel. I can get it on YouTube. But I caught a thing is the two guys that do the famous news thing that's been running years and years and years. Norm Macdonald used to do it.
Colin Jost and I don't remember the other guy's
Colin
name.
and
So good.
Thingy, Scarlett Johansson's white husband and black fella. But anyway, they did the bit that I love.
Michael Che.
Michael
Che, thank you. I was like, Che something. Sorry, I was going to kill me if I didn't remember that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love the bit where they write jokes for each other.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah.
The bit where where Michael Che will write jokes about Scarlett Johansson. And he goes, they've now started serving beer in the cinema by me, which is a really good thing because it's the only way I can sit through my wife's arty movies. He's like, oh no, he got me so much trouble. But when doing that, Scarlett Johansson was actually there. She's in the back. Or they always calling, doing the race jokes. So he's always doing the sort of the black jokes. They're going to get me killed. It's crazy. So funny. So we've been streaming them for hours. And I found Christopher Titus as well, which is a comedian I knew years ago because he was in a sitcom. And I rediscovered him through shorts. So I found a couple of shorts of his and watched them. And now I'm watching going back and watching all his live shows. It's great.
That drunken raccoon, that's my totem.
I saw that in the news.
I did not, and I want to see it now.
Oh, dude, you've got to. It's insane. I'm cheering him on.
We may have to watch it after stream.
Yeah. I was listening to this guy on the radio and he's saying, he goes, he looks suspicious to me because I think the guy that runs the place got a bit hammered, caused some damage. So I was like, oh God, went and caught himself a raccoon, shoved a bottle of whiskey down its throat, shoved it by the toilet, goes, look what that bugger's done. And I'm like, yeah. Because it looked a bit staged to me.
Yeah.
Raccoons are the funniest animal. They're little shitbirds. They are, but they're the funniest animal. Okay, we need to do something in a minute here. First, though, we're 20 minutes in. And we haven't said what we've watched this week so far. Shall we speed around it and just catch up?
Sure.
Stormy, you want to lead us off?
Stormy's got to go. Stormy get better. Got to go first.
So since the only thing I've been streaming has been Game of Thrones, and I've been doing. I'm on season 7. I'm about to wind it up, and been also watching a little classic Doctor Who, the Tom Baker days. Been streaming some of that. And that's about it for me. There hasn't been a lot of. I'm behind on Pluribus. I've seen the first few episodes, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I fancy what I've got Apple, but I've not watched it yet. But it is good.
I'm behind 2 episodes, I believe.
You can convince 3 people to watch it right now.
Huh?
I said you can convince 3 people to watch it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's kind of. I mean, it's Vince Gilligan, right? Mm-hmm. He's got a really good resume. I mean, Breaking Bad, also, but also X-Files.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and everybody was on X-Files though.
Yeah, everybody. Well,
everybody wrote for X-Files at one time.
Yeah, well, it was on for what 10 years.
X-Files one time. I wrote season 1, episode 3.
And so it's got all of those flavorings of Vince Gilligan's signature style in it, and it's filmed up the road from me in Albuquerque.
Again?
Oh yeah, they created a whole neighborhood out away from the city. Like you see from the roadway in front of Carol's house, you can see Albuquerque down below. And there was one time they were doing a scene and they had to edit out a floating balloon because Albuquerque is a big ballooning town, lots of balloons, aerial balloons. So they had to digitally take one out because it just took off and it was in the scene.
Weirdly, Telford is a big balloon in town, which is it's such a strange thing to like have a town, but it's because Virgin, Virgin have their balloon manufacturing thing.
Right.
It's here in Telford. So we have a big balloon.
That's how y'all
festival that
became
Virgin
friends.
sponsor.
Yeah. It's fun. I've got to ride in one. It's like a long time ago now, but
On top.
it's lots of fun.
I think I'd go for the basket. I wouldn't go on top.
Yeah.
I'm slipping.
I've never ridden in a balloon, and I really want to do it.
It's cool. It's really cool.
No.
What was it?
Okay.
How long are you up there, Sarah? Does it take like a long time to actually do the kind of trek, or?
I think it was about an hour or so, and we just kind of landed in a field. The landings can be a little, kind of
jarring.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it was lots of fun. It's very quiet, and like the guy took us like up really high and then down, like almost like touching the tops of the trees. It was really cool and kind of peaceful. And yeah. I mean, of course, every time they do the flame thing, that's loud, but yeah. No, it's really awesome. I'd like to do it again sometime.
Stormy, with Pluribus, before we keep jumping forward with these,
yeah.
I've been thinking that it might be a fun thing because I know it's dystopian and it's labeled as dystopian sci-fi. Is it sci-fi enough to cover on the Radical Wasteland podcast, you think?
Oh, well, the I would say yes, because have all of you seen it? At least the first episode?
No. We've all been meaning to watch it and just haven't yet.
Well, okay, so I don't want to give away the spoilers, man, but it is the way it gets started is so crazy, and it too was filmed out here in New Mexico at the VLA array, the Radio Observatory. It is. I had to watch it a couple times to figure out exactly what the premise was, and it was fascinating. So on that, I mean, okay, if you would consider Them, the movie Them from like the 80s,
all right,
as sci-fi, then this would clearly be sci-fi forward.
I always mix those up. Them's the giant ants, isn't it?
Them is the glass. You put on the glasses and you see everybody, and it's crazy.
Oh, that's They Live.
They live.
Yeah.
Don't
Them
ask me.
Yeah.
That's why I asked. I mix them up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, so do I.
Yeah, they is the 1950s ants. They Live is Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Right.
I'm here to kick ass and chew gum, and I'm all out of gum.
All out of gum.
Bubble gum.
Yep.
I'm all out of bubble gum.
If you would consider that sci-fi, I would consider it good for your podcast.
Okay, well, we might do that
without giving away any spoilers, because it is off. I mean, it is unhinged. We
may have to binge it and do a special episode and bring you on, because the next 2 months of it is essentially Fallout, which, oh no, I'm so upset about and I'm so excited. But it's
how far off season 2 are we now?
The 17th. We're 10 days away from the first episode, or the first 2. I don't remember exactly what they're dropping.
I think they're dropping 2, aren't they?
I think it's just 1 for this.
I say Amazon like dropping 2, don't they, generally?
Typically. I think they just want to push out Fallout a little longer, though, which I don't blame them if being honest. They don't have many shows besides like The Boys that they can push out like that. I thought the giant ants came from the desert. Only 1 episode?
I don't.
For Fallout.
That it's called different in America. In this country, the giant ants. Those ones. They were definitely called Them.
Okay.
But back then, they used to make that was a big thing, wasn't it? They were making those monster movies. There was one that was the giant tarantula that used to scare the crap out of me. No, I don't like spiders. And that was called It?
No.
So no, it's Pennywise, huh?
No, this was
another one
from forever ago. That was
like
from
Day of the Triffids.
40s. You got Day of the Triffids. That's a different thing again.
Here's an interesting tidbit. The day before I was born, my mother went to go see Day of the Triffids at the drive-in, and that's when her water broke.
That explains a lot, actually.
So yeah, Yeah, she felt like I'm not feeling real. I'm gonna get, and this was a drive-in. So I went to the bathroom, the water broke, and it's like, well, time to go to the hospital. So she never ever did see the How the Day of the Triffids Ended. So I got that for her on DVD for birthdays.
The Day the Earth Stood Still, the original, not the Keanu Reeves version, is genuinely one of the greatest sci-fi movies ever made. And they did that in the 50s. And then it kicked off the whole flying saucer thing forever.
Yep.
You can actually see, right, there's certain times in history with aliens. So before the Day the Earth Stood Still, alien craft tended to be like cigar shape or things like that. Then the Day the Earth Stood Still happened, UFO sightings like went up 1,000%, and all of a sudden they were always flying saucers. And then in the late 1980s, they all become triangular, and it even was in the X-Files. And then we realised that the F-117 was a thing, and then it reverted back to flying saucers again, or cigar-shaped, the cylindrical ones, because everyone was like, "Oh, we were seeing that," and they sort of went, "Oh, maybe it wasn't a UFO, then maybe it was an aircraft." So yeah, it's you can actually see these things through. And every time there's a big sci-fi movie come out, UFO sightings go through the roof again. It's quite funny when you actually look at the things. You can literally see a spike in UFOs. Oh, Independence Day came out.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we got past the cigar shaped UFOs. They were smoking. Well, okay. Let's finish up what we've watched this week, and then we need to hear what Stormy thinks about Stargate coming back. So we'll speed run it and get back to it, huh?
I think he's indifferent to it. If you could look, you can tell he's not bothered.
Well, I found out about it. Scrolling through YouTube, had to take a break.
Right.
And then there's you, Jay. It's like, and you were just, dude, you won't believe it. And it was your first show.
I was in snooker, and it dropped. So I had to run outside and sit in my car while people were walking by like a bell and go,
yeah, you could tell this was breaking it. I thought, well, Jesus, did he?
We're in the middle of a game, and I'm like, "Fuck you, buddy!"
And so that's how I found about it. Was because Tachyon Pulse.
Hey,
the way to learn all of your sci-fi news, rumor, and debate.
No shit.
So I've actually created myself a new start again. Instead of, I can't even remember SciTreks anymore. Now I've got a Tachyon Pulse podcast, your place for sci-fi news, rumor, and debate. What was it before? SciTrek. Welcome to SciTrek. Your place for sci-fi. Oh,
no, your sci-fi
movie news,
TV and movie channel.
Your sci-fi news.
Your
sci-fi movie. Yeah, that's it. There you go.
Yeah, and I
wrote that
before Tachyon Pulse and after SciTrek is like, dude, I got to stop streaming. I'm my, and here you are. How many subscribers you got? Like 20,000, 30,000 subscribers on?
That was 30 something thousand on SciTrek, and I had 32 when I left. But then I had a year off, and I genuinely, I wasn't very well, and I had all that crap going on.
Right.
All this business. And but then when me and the wife split, I was just there going, Harrison's going to kill me, but I've got nothing to do. Oh, he's so going to kill me.
He still may.
We got to get you to the U.S. and then you won't know.
I'll be back.
There's lots of desert that we can bury people in, Jay. I'm
gonna come back, and I'm gonna do 2 or 3 months in the States. I'm gonna I may even do New York to San Diego and just drive across it. Thing.
That'll be choice, dude. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's my thinking. Because I've got to basically, when I'm done in my job, when I've done my degree, I go from being like unqualified to qualified, and I've actually got to apply for a new job. So I'm thinking I'll apply and go, I'm starting in like August, and then just sod off for 2 months. So I'm just trying to save as much money as I can now. So all my Tachyon Pulse money is going into a bank account, and I'm just trying to save. So if I'm going to stay, I'm basically going to go for as long as I can afford to go, basically.
If we could get you here during a Comic-Con, well, there'll be
I
multiple
will.
Comic-Cons throughout a couple months too. Like,
Yeah,
that'll
that's the
be-
thing, and I'm going to hit someone. It'll be, I finished my degree in June, and my plan is to be in the States like straight after. The second I've applied and got a new job, I'm going to be like, I'm taking 3 months off, and I'm just gone. That's my
So
plan.
is this like a clinical certification or a clinical?
At the moment, I'm an unqualified social worker. I worked in mental health for years, and I'm a psychology background, but I just burned out of it, and a few years ago now. So I started working in social.
I'll
care.
be there.
There you go. I started working in social work, but I'm not a social worker, so I'm getting qualified as a social worker. That's the
Peter, you don't know how close this is to. Jay's poked a couple bears. The storm bear every once in a while, but like,
It's alwa't on a date night. I want.
which real quick, people were a little confused. Where is it? Where is it here? Oh, what is the return of the storm bear? Stormy bear. Stormy bear has been schooling, and now he's
Been
coming to
schooling.
school us a little bit.
Popcorn. Come on.
But
He knows
also,
who Stormy is.
there are two
Might be playing
streams.
the
You can
game on
always
set.
choose the vertical or the horizontal stream now. It's something StreamYard and YouTube is doing, and we're just trying to expand a little bit to even the vertical folk,
Mhm.
But you
So if I
got
do that, then nobody can see me.
in the vertical stream? No.
So
Yeah.
I have to sit in the middle.
Well, I have the thing of like, if I want to be in the vertical stream, I have to have the text in my face. If I want to lean,
It is kind of dangerous. What's Jay right there? Now Jay has to deal with it.
Watch us, Sarah. Don't do that to me. Actually, no, leave me there. My camera's over here, so that way I'm actually looking at the screen. Leave me there. There we go. Look, I can look at it.
That actually worked well. That's great.
Yeah. Well, I was doing that before, and now I can actually look at you.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good girl.
It is a psychological degree.
Oh,
I could, when they're doing the good, do you know who I am? I'm a famous YouTuber.
Yeah.
Give me the degree now. But they won't.
The chats do cross over in both as well.
yeah, they're synced.
It is a little funky, but it's something we're
Mhm.
getting used to, and it should spread and hopefully let us talk to more people with more sci-fi. It's never a bad thing.
Mhm.
But speaking of, Jay, you want to? I guess y'all switched.
No,
orientations here.
Sarah should go next because she's
All
a
right.
lady.
well, I haven't watched a lot. I watched Fallout, of course. But I had reasons for that. I was rewatching season 1 of Fallout and hockey. That's about it. Kind of a busy week this week for me, so didn't get a
the
lot
moon.
of television watching in. But
Well, a little Farscape, huh?
yeah, and Farscape, there's always that. I'm trying to remember if I watched any Star Trek. I might have. I don't remember. That's about it. Super exciting. I was
Mr.
at a
J.
party last night, so
Ooh.
Yeah.
Big silverfish cardboard box, that sort of pie.
If you remember, there wasn't that much of a party. I'm just saying.
I may have
Ain't no
had
party
a
like
glass or
SciTrek
two of
bar.
champagne, So
There's no party sound on our soundboard. That's depressing.
That is depressing.
Stormy, while you've been gone, we've managed to get a soundboard. StreamYard's just
Mhm.
gifting us new things. They're
wow.
not gifting. We still pay for it, so they
Oh,
better put some cool
It's not
stuff.
gifting, it's delivering. To be honest, it should have been years ago, but
Exactly, it's
Mhm.
delivering much needed things that should have been here half a decade ago.
Right.
We're here now. So Jay, what'd you watch?
I've been watching a lot of Christmas movies, to be honest. What? I missed something.
drum roll.
Yeah, you had a drum roll. We didn't have to do that.
Ears
Oh, I
flat.
didn't hear anything. I didn't hear it from my end.
That's just selective hearing. It's okay.
Do it again.
Can you not hear that?
Nope.
Oh, we're
Don't
gonna
be
have some fun
nothing.
then. We're gonna have some fun then.
Okay. What have I watched? I've watched a couple of. I'm watching How I Met Your Mother. So that's my little. Oh, I need 5 minutes, or I'm not ready for bed. Yeah, I'm going to watch one thing. I stayed up till 1 o'clock the other night because I watched like 6 back to back. I was supposed to watch 1 and then go to bed, but yeah, never mind. But I've watched a couple of Christmas movies. I watched Krampus, which is surprisingly good. Violent Night. I just love that film. I'm halfway through Die Hard 2 when you message to say it's in 10 minutes. So I was like, I'm watching Die Hard 2. And I watched Die Hard last week. I don't know why, because as soon as I put the Christmas decorations up, which I only put up because I wanted something in the background for in the video, but now I've put everything up. What else did I watch? I watched another one that I wasn't expecting to enjoy, and I really did. But I enjoyed it so much I can't remember what it was called or what it was or what it was about. But from a science fiction point of view, I've watched nothing at all. I watched Fantastic Four again. I did watch Fantastic Four again. It's on. Yeah, I will go into Seinfeld next, and then I will probably do Big Bang Theory again, but I will watch Seinfeld next. I think I've already sort of penciled in it. I always need like a little sitcom-y show just to, that 20 minutes sort of thing when you're doing something in the background or whatever. But yeah, I haven't watched anything really. I've started watching. I've obviously started watching Stargate again. So I'm halfway through the first season. Because just got to. And I've paid for MGM now, so I'm going to watch it. Yeah, that was it really. I watched Fantastic Four again. And I watched Superman, and I still think I prefer Fantastic Four. And I keep getting slagged off for Superman's way better. And I'm like, I'm not a big fan of James Gunn.
I want to like James Gunn, but I swear to God,
I'm not a big fan. I prefer it over Zack Snyder, which really got me yelled at when I said that on I can't remember if it was on a comment or a video. I can't remember what it was, but I really got yelled at for it.
The Snyder folk get feisty.
Do you know my favorite Snyder DC movie? And this really winds people up, but it was Batman vs Superman. That's my favorite. And everyone was like, oh my God. Where's it?
It took us this long to get rid of Jay. Why couldn't we have clicked that button a long time ago?
Jay Harris. Where'd he go? He just
I'm still here. Fuck you, Stormy.
Batman versus Superman. No,
that's my favorite one. Other than why'd you say that name? Other than that scene, which is just stupid. And then, why Batman then actually helped Superman when there was a way easier way to do it? It's just like, that's a really overly complicated and actually bonkers way to do it. I don't know what they were thinking. But other than that, it's brilliant. I love that film. The whole fight sequence when Batman's wearing his armored bat suit, I thought it was fucking brilliant. Or that or Man of Steel. I do like Man of Steel, to be fair.
Zack Snyder can direct some action pretty cool sometimes, especially when he's not like trying to slow-mo it as much. It can be really cool action.
I saw the Justice League, his Justice League version, the Snyder cut. Still shit. But I did like Batman vs Superman. But I don't. James Gunn, and I like Superman. Don't get me wrong. I think Superman's great, but the occasional things that are only amusing him does my head in. Saving the squirrel. I've watched it 4 or 5 times now, and every time he saves the squirrel, I go, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" Such a stupid thing to. And to be honest, the first Guardians is awesome. The second one they let him get away with a bit more, and it's not as good. And the third one they basically gave him free reign, and it's not as good. How many times have I argued this about things like Tim Burton and stuff? When as soon as they get a bit of freedom, these directors, and they go, Batman made a 20 billion squillion pounds. Do whatever you like with Batman 2, and then we got Batman 2, and it's like, oh Christ, this is terrible. Taika Waititi, Ragnarok did amazing. We made 1 billion squillion pounds. You're a genius. Do whatever you like with Love and Thunder.
Yeah,
and then we're all there going, this is. Stop stroking the hammer. It's creepy. Sort of thing. I feel like that a bit. But so I'm not. I just don't see how James Gunn is going to do Batman. That's what I'm really concerned about. But everyone's going crazy thinking, well, now Netflix have bought Warner Brothers, assuming they get to buy Warner Brothers. He'll get rid of James Gunn. I'm like, no, they won't. They won't even a bit. Because Superman made a load of bloody money. So they won't. Until he stops making money, he's there, and that's it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Superman technically didn't make a whole bunch of money. It barely broke even, according to marketing. Streaming, I see.
Load of money.
Yeah.
Generally box office is about a third of the overall income nowadays. So whatever it makes on box office, you can double, and that's what it's making on streaming nowadays. So what did it take at box office? It was like 250 million or something. Off top of my head, it was 230 million, something like that. All of its profit come from streaming. The streaming providers virtually consider most movies now to be an advert for when it goes on streaming.
Mm-hmm.
If they break even, they're happy.
Yeah.
In the box office nowadays, which is insane. And you know, because all these movies, they keep losing money at the box office, but they're desperately trying to put them in the cinema. And Paramount have come out and said, we're going to be throwing these movies at the cinema now. We're going to go crazy. We're going to be throwing loads. Amazon the same, throwing all these movies at the cinema. And I'm sat there going, why? It's losing money, like insanely. And then I spoke to a chap that knows about these things, and he was just like, it's the streaming. It makes a fortune. And the more movies you've got that are like originals on your streaming platform, the more money you make. So it's streaming. I mean, what's the annual income of Netflix is like 39 billion.
Wow.
It's insane amount of money. Out of all the streaming providers, they owe the least. They owe about 16 billion, but they've got a cash reserve of 9. So they only really owe 6 or 7 billion. Really.
How much of that is in like? I wonder how much of their value is in like infrastructure, because they really poured a lot of money into their studios in like Albuquerque, at least here in New Mexico.
Yeah. Well, I think they rent a lot of them, mate.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cash cow.
Yeah. Well, this is why they want to buy Warner Brothers, though, because they'll make a fortune.
I saw a funny meme today that said, "Hey, this was it may have been on one of the."
They make more than that.
This year they made 10.43 as of September.
Is that profit though, or income?
Net income.
Net income.
Yeah.
Not gross. What's a gross income?
So I guess that's after the debt servicing.
If I can
So I looked it up a couple of days ago. I'm sure it was like 39 billion. Because I was really surprised.
20.86 billion.
Well, we're 39 billion. What was that then? Said there 39 billion. Down a bit. The growth increase is revenue reaching 39 billion into 2024 subscriber base. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Wow. That's some serious cash.
That it is.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get away from the James Gunn thought real quick, I know Monk is joking here, but like the fact that James Gunn would 100% do something like this is what terrifies me from this stuff. Like, it could be so much fun, but there's a balance of fun and stupid. There's a balance. You can kind of drop it at times.
Yeah.
That's a for real thing. Wow. Okay.
That went stupid. There's other bits in that scene that in that movie that are funny, but there's a few bits in it that are just stupid. At one point, when the Green Lantern does the thing through the sand and destroys the tank, I'm sorry, I know that's supposed to be funny because he's supposed to be a bit of a knob, but it's not. It's just stupid. But I like the bit when Lois Lane takes the mick out of his hair and he goes, "Hey, what? Say what now? Who? What?" So I think that was really funny. So when James Gunn nails it, he's really funny. But when he just goes that little bit too far, it's just stupid. Like Taika Waititi, to be honest.
Yeah.
Joke vomit sometimes, and you're just like, oh, gone too far. Whereas Zack Snyder, for me, went too far the other way. It was too serious and too dark. And I think comic book movies should be done with an element of realism and seriousness, or they're stupid, which is what I'm worried about He-Man. Apparently He-Man, they've done tongue-in-cheek, and I'm like, that's going to be crap then. But Zack Snyder, I think, went maybe a little bit. I think his films are just a bit slow, actually, to be fair. I think he sped up the editing a little bit. They'd be more interesting. But,
well, this is honestly a pretty good suggestion by user JC6PE2B1Y. Maybe like those two guys who write jokes for each other, Michael Che and Colin Jost on SNL. Snyder should write Gunn's movies and vice versa. James Gunn has written he wrote Dawn of the Dead for Zack Snyder, which started Zack Snyder's career. So they have done that in the past, and Dawn of the Dead maybe one of Snyder's best too. Still, so.
I saw Netflix just dumped Snyder.
Did they actually?
They had 6 projects on the go, and they've cancelled all of them.
Oh wow!
Rebel Moon Part 2 is incoherent, to say the best.
I thought the first had, possibilities, and it's like, what the hell happened? It's like there should have been 5 other episodes in between to explain whatever went down in the second one. Don't you think? I mean, it was just
Yeah.
Yay! No Rebel Moon 3, 4, 5. Yay!
No, Rebel Moon was supposed to be a series. It was supposed to be more than just the 2.
It was supposed to be 6 films.
Yeah. No, they were yeah. It's supposed
6
to be,
films. And he was going to correlate it with Army of the Dead, Army of Thieves, and that was supposed to be like another 3 or 4 films.
Right.
And then on top of that, he also did was it Vinland? No, it wasn't Vinland Saga. That's a whole different show. But he had a Norse anime that he put on Netflix last year. That was some of the best stuff I think he's done in years, because the rest has been Rebel frickin' Moon and Army of the Dead, and both of those I could.
Were terrible. Army of the Dead as well was awful.
I got nothing good to say, and it's not gonna be fun if I do say something. So we'll just skip over that thought. Like there's
incoherent, no mate. It's not even that it's bad. It's incoherent.
That's the thing. The ideas are cool.
Moon, and it's like, what's the point of this film? I don't get it. I don't even get what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
The first one, at least, you knew where they were going, and you just thought, okay, it's a bit slow, a bit boring, but they're introducing all the characters. So
yeah, you're like, I've seen Magnificent Seven, I've seen Seven Samurai, I've seen Star Wars, I've seen everything before. Here we are.
Exactly. This is done again. This is exactly the same thing done again. But again, they're introducing characters. I'll let it go. The end's a bit weak, but never mind. Let's see what it does in the second one, because that's obviously we've had all the supposition. Now let's go, and it just didn't. It just went
But Jay, never forget the grain.
The grain.
It's the most important part of any movie you could ever make. You have to have at least 5 to 12 minutes of slow motion grain shots. There's no better way to entice an audience. No better way. It's filmmaking 101. Sorry. It's so bad. It's so bad. Anyways, Jay, what'd you watch for the week? Did you already say?
I told you. Oh, I just remembered I watched something else. What did I watch yesterday?
Oh yeah, you just finished.
Priest. I watched Priest last night.
Oh.
With Paul Bettany, and I haven't watched it in years. My God, that's a good film. Like so much better at the cinema, so they could have got the sequel they were wanting to do. It's so good. It's one of my favorite vampire movies, because it's not really a vampire movie as well, which is I really enjoyed.
Right.
Who co-stars with him in that?
Right.
Sorry?
That's like there's like a trilogy of movies, right, or something.
It was supposed
and
to.
My husband likes them too. I forget what the first one's called.
It's based on they never got to make them. The first one is based on a comic book series again, so it was supposed to be a trilogy, but it bombed badly, and it was quite.
I think
expensive.
there is a third one though.
They've never made any more that I'm aware of, unless we're thinking about a different series of films. The Paul Bettany Priest film never got a second.
This one. There is only the one film. But
at the same time, he did one about the rapture and the end of the world, Paul Bettany, and it was part of the same deal, and that's excellent as well. I can't remember what that's called now. Maggie Q.
Great cast.
Cam Gidenet, who I thought was going to be the next big thing a few years ago, and he's not really managed it. He's very funny in Violent Night, to be fair. But Maggie Q, I love Maggie Q and everything she does. She's so cool.
Oh yeah. So before, I guess, I'll super speed run what I watched this week. Watched a little Star Trek Enterprise. Watched a little Stargate SG-1.
Cool.
Watched Tulsa King and Landman. Caught up on Landman. Trying to catch up on Tulsa King. I don't know if I actually went to the movie theater this week. Besides that, Fallout, Farscape. Oh, and Welcome to Derry, and of course, Stranger Things, which is not.
Oh yeah, I watched that too.
We've had everybody that's because I'd say frequently we kind of have a bit of a revolving door around this house. So we have a lot of people come in and come out, and not a soul has said many good things. There has been very minimal amount of good things people can say about the new season of Stranger Things.
I've quite enjoyed it.
I liked episode 2 and 3.
I really liked episode 2. I was going to say episode 2 is excellent. The
4 was...
I liked the third episode. I thought it was the fourth episode. Sorry. I liked the finale. I thought it was really good. But
there's too many things that just don't make sense, like logically.
It's a trailer for the end. It's a trailer for the second part, really. But I need to watch it again, to be honest, because I was arguing with somebody this time on Twitter.
Well, the funniest thing that I keep seeing and people keep saying, and it's just funny. It's just funny. Will gets his powers whenever the guy who he wants to be his boyfriend gets hurt. When his mom was just tossed to the side by a Demogorgon 20 seconds before that, he's like, "Oh no!" Joyce gets thrown out of the way.
I thought that it was because he was basically beaten down, and at the end of his tenure, and then all of his friends are about to be murdered in it. The rage sort of thing. I didn't think it was just because of his boyfriend about to get battered. Everybody was about to get battered. So
but the way they frame it is
he
very
reached the end of his stick, but also because of the way it's not a Demogorgon, is it? What's the main bad guy's name?
Vecna.
Vecna. The way he did that and then threw him to the ground like thing. I just thought he basically realized actually that he is connected to them, and there was a realization rather than just a rage thing. But I might be wrong.
No, there is that. But if you look how it's framed, it looks like because all that is going on, but they did not do a great job about framing it, and that has created a bit of a meme around it already.
I think there's one of those things though as well, mate. I think this is one of those expectations thing. It's sort of like the final season of Game of Thrones as well, which to be fair was a bit of a letdown, but people had built it up so that it was. I think there's an element of, and I think this as well for Strange Things, it wouldn't have mattered what they did, a lot of people would have been pissed off. So I think there is an element of that.
Yeah. Well, and also it's blatantly obvious, and it's not necessarily a bad thing because what they've done with a show that they had zero plans on continuing past season 1 originally, because Stranger Things was originally meant to be an anthology set in the Carolinas titled Montauk. I think that's fairly common knowledge, but because it was meant to be an anthology series, they never planned for a season 2. So they've been snapping and trying to get everything they can for the last 8 years essentially together for this kind of stuff, and it is hard to find that giant, beautiful, badass ending like that if you haven't been able to bake it into what you've been writing.
Well, remember,
Vecna wasn't part of anything until season 4.
This is season 5, isn't it? Season 4 was supposed to be the last season. When they went into filming, it was going to be the last season. That was the plan was there was basically going to be one more episode sort of thing, and then about halfway through Netflix went, we want a 5th season. And because they also, it's going to cost a fortune, bring the actors back, bring this back, it's going to cost a fortune. They went, we'll pay it. And it has cost a fortune. Somebody told me it was $50 million an episode, which I've since found out it's not, but it's a lot. I think they've spent like $300 million on 8 episodes. It's something like that. It's a crack load of money they spent. And a lot of it is getting the actors back. Millie Bobby Brown has took like $5 million from this. She's took an absolute fortune because she said, I'm not doing it. So they just had to basically gob money at it to do it.
And good for her,
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to have a massive movie career. So
her Netflix movies just haven't. Enola Holmes and Damsel didn't do what they expected.
I was
Was she
expecting
in Electric State also?
And Electric State, that's right.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst sci-fi movies of the year.
That's gonna win our rally if we got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another one that's like pretty much incoherent, and that was a cost of fortune. And you're watching it going, yeah, I can see why, and not in a good way.
Yeah, we were talking about it, I think last night actually. If they would have ended with season 4, actually have Max die, have Vecna be fully destroyed, have everybody get together. it felt unnecessary kind of at the very beginning when Matthew Modine's Papa came back. It was like, oh, we're shoehorning him back in here. But then he had a damn good arc in this season. I think season 4 is probably their second best season, in my opinion. And it felt like it came full circle with him not only coming back to help 11, still kind of that creepy kind of stepdad kind of thing, or like, yeah, but we're going to do some experiments over here kind of deal. But at the end, you knew that he felt for her like a child in his own way. And he gets killed trying to save her. And you're like, okay, this is like a beautiful full circle ending. Let's rip open the ground and then we'll just come back, patch it up, and now start like everything's fine and dandy a few months later. Like, we didn't just set up this terrible world-ending thing, like this hell literally breaking loose on Earth, and then we toss some metal over it. It's fine. It's just a little screwy. Season 4 ending would have been chef's kiss.
And they hadn't, because when they did the big finale in season 4 and they did the huge cracks and everything was so dramatic, at the start of season 5 they just went, we stuck a sticky plaster on it. Don't worry about it. And you just know that I was watching that going, they painted themselves into a corner. Didn't know how to get out of it. And you get that a lot with two-parters sometimes. When how many Star Trek two-parters were you sitting and going, oh yeah, they've overdone that. This bad guy's way too powerful and they don't know what to do. And then in the second part they're sort of like, that's good. But yeah, they literally stuck a
wrap everything up in 10 minutes at the end.
We'll make him go to sleep. That'll do. So, but yeah, in that, when they said they just stuck metal thing over the top of the cracks and like they would not make everybody stay in that town. They would evacuate that town.
Oh, so fast.
It's been a chemical accident. Everybody out.
And it's a simple, small little detail. But it annoys the ever-living crap out of me that we're supposed to believe that they never found Hopper and 11 doing obstacle courses in the woods when they have helicopters. There are helicopters. What? I don't. There's too many logical leaps that have to be made in this season so far. It's just. Could have ended it on a really high note. Anyway, though,
Stormy,
we've gotten around a few different things. Before we jump into the Stargate stuff, Bernowicz, it's not an open panel. This is just our Sci-Fi Sundays crew here. We haven't had this full of a house in a good while, but hey, it's fun when we do. If you want to hang out, you don't need to send us cash or anything, but send us a DM if you want to hang out or sometime.
Oh, you can send me cash, definitely. I don't know what the hell Eric's is talking
This man needs to pay for some school. They both do.
Jesus. You got to remember though, this guy was just somebody that dropped into my comments and we started chatting. This guy wouldn't leave me alone, and Sarah is again just the same thing. I don't know why.
We're all stalkers. Every single one.
I started the channel, and these guys just attached themselves to it. And I couldn't get rid of him. He's been knocking around for like 8 years. I couldn't get rid of the kid.
Isn't it insane how quickly, how long we've known each other? Just what was it?
Virtually.
The whole UFO is kind of crazy.
SciTrek's been going 4 years.
I think 5. I think it's 2020.
5. Well, we knew each other from Mystery Machine. It's probably been about 7 years, mate.
Yeah, I mean, it was like pre-COVID or COVID.
I think I started SciTrek during COVID or back end of COVID. So yeah, it would have been 2021 when I started.
We started at front end.
Sorry?
It would had to have been front end of COVID, because at the beginning of COVID is when I was like, I need to watch Stargate, and that's where I think it was.
Everything. I think it was the first couple of months of COVID. I want to say it was August 21. Actually.
It was after the New York Times article on the UFO disclosure from the Navy, where representatives from the United States said, we are in possession of craft not of this Earth. And then I did a video from the Mojave Spaceport, and then you did one, I think. And then we just, I don't know, bro love or some shit. I don't know.
He jumped in comments and we just started talking.
Yeah. Something crazy like that.
Yeah. Can you guess?
channel. And I'm like, oh, what's your YouTube channel?
Can you guess the date? You were right with August of 2020 or 2021.
Oh my God, my memory is like a trap. The information in this brain is just like goes in. Other than
it's a great date.
And out the other side. But
it's September 11, 2021.
August, remember?
Oh, August, right. I don't know.
But yeah, I've been doing mystery.
Go straight to 9/11.
Speaking of conspiracies.
It was August 1st of 2021, which is pretty
August
great.
1st.
Pretty great.
There you go. And then SciTrek and Pulse back in November, I think it was. I think I'm pushing a year. I think I'm on about
end of 24. I don't know if you
It's
put
been
anything up.
In internet years.
It would have been right around then, yeah.
Well, I started a rewatch my husband and I started a rewatch of Stargate in 22, and that's when I found out the rumors were circulating about Stargate. And so I just was looking for more information and found you guys, and Jay seemed to have like the most legit info. So I just started following the channel.
Stalking us.
Yeah.
Well, and the first time you came on was for our
30th November. I just had my first birthday.
Fire chat,
November.
I believe. Whenever we were doing the
You were doing the charity streams
Charity,
when we
that's what
picked to do best and worst episodes of each season, I think.
I think it was an SGU.
That was such a long
We started with SG1 and then we did all three.
Oh no, I thought you meant when I did my charity stream.
Like a trapper.
That was the beginning of 24, I think, wasn't it?
I watched the first and last episode of every Stargate episode.
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
you
God,
killed yourself.
It was so painful. I genuinely felt ill for about 2 days after that. And you know what? The nutty thing is, I want to do it again. It was so much fun.
Yeah. We just got to take shifts. Or we tried doing that before with, what was that for? SGU? I don't remember.
Well, we did all three of those.
Atlantis, maybe it was? Because one, we ended up splitting it into 2 days. Was that for SG1? I guess that was. Had to be.
Stormy, you want to join me for every double Star Trek episode? Watch every double Star Trek
that'd be cool.
That would be fun.
Yeah. I don't know how many double Star Trek episodes there were, but
73.
There was a.
I was just thinking actually from all three series, from TNG, DS9, and Voyager.
I mean, there was a lot.
Is there a 3-parter in there in DS9, maybe?
Yeah, and Voyager had a 3-parter as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I reckon it's at least 2.5 double episodes every season, because it tends to be a double episode halfway through. The first tends to be double, so I reckon it's going to be 5 in season 1 and then 4 in every other season. So, oh Christ, maybe it's not a good idea actually.
You might have to split it into 2 parts or something.
Yeah, 24 hours.
It'd be fun to do that though.
Well, YouTube also doesn't let you stream more than 12 hours, 59 minutes now. They cut you off at 13 hours.
Yeah, they cut you off at 12 hours. So I'd have to
mental health reasons and stuff.
I like the challenge of it though. Doing like a 2-hour stream. It's a good challenge. It was fun. Stuff to talk about. I think I pushed 16 hours, didn't I? Did I hit 16 hours?
Well, we did 17 on one.
17, the one I did then. Was it?
And I was there with you for I think
17. Was it?
10 of them or 11. It was wild.
Yeah, I started at 8 a.m.
That was before I was on.
That was a while back.
I've been on for over a year now, so that's crazy.
Hey, it's the first time I ever ate on a YouTube video.
Yeah,
and you were so upset that you did it too. you could feel like the pain oozing through the camera.
I was picking all day. I basically just like got myself a load of bits, and I was just sort of like picking all day. It was a proper challenge. My arse hurt by the end of it. Oh man!
You have to get a standing desk, and then you can. I have one of those. I never changed the height of it, though, but I do have one.
I used to have one. I haven't got one in my new man cave. I haven't got one, but I used to have one. But my ex-wife has got it.
I do just want to say real quick to Bear, come hang out with us. Actually give us a DM and message us and stuff. This is just the first time we've all seen our Storm Bear here in like 4, 5, 6 months at this point. So we're just
No, you're always welcome. We just chill and talk about whatever, you know.
I think
you're always
like to
welcome to
talk
give us ideas.
Yeah. We know we need to know we can, that we can trust you and that you're our kind of people. Because there are some odd people out there. So we just want to make sure
we have a disaster with that once upon a time.
We've had a couple of people on here over the term that has turned out to be
just what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bear did ask, what do we think of 40K?
I thought, I wish I
don't know if any of us.
Are you talking about Warhammer? Is that
Warhammer 40K?
Yeah,
it's a part of sci-fi that none of us are familiar with.
I've played the game 30 years ago.
It sounds interesting, but it's like it's like so much. Like I don't know where do you
it's a whole obsessed.
Quest clarified for us real quick. You can stream past 12 hours. The rewatch, you won't get that rewatch on the 12 plus, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, because I was live for 16 hours, and then people moaned at me there's only 12 hours on the thing. That's right.
That's right.
We can't watch it. It's only 12 hours. And I'm like, you're not going to sit and watch 16 hours anyway, so don't worry about it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, same. 40K is insane.
What was that? I did it all for... Did you sit... Who was that? Sorry, then.
David said he sat through the marathon with you, and he fell ill the next day, too.
Well done, Davey. Thanks, that man. That whole day's a blur to me.
Yeah.
I remember.
I think YouTube doing something.
My Lego arrived. My Daedalus arrived in the morning. So I cracked my Daedalus open, and then I realised really quickly it had 1 billion pieces. Because my thinking was, I'll sort of build that during the day. And then I was within about 10 minutes of getting all the pieces, I went, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. This is so much. So I put it away and just started talking and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if you're even paying attention half the time we were all talking.
I was so out of it towards the end.
You were. I think you were maybe, taking in a drink or two, which didn't help.
Towards the end, I was drunk. Yeah. Stormy, do you remember Spencer?
Yes.
Do you remember that live video we did with Spencer?
Yeah.
Oh, when he fell asleep.
He fell asleep right on.
Passed out.
Yeah.
And then he fell off his chair.
Then he fell off his chair.
I know. But he started off with, he did all the markings for a trill on his face. And he says, I've used a permanent marker by mistake.
Used a Sharpie, for God's sake.
You've done what? Because, I can't get it off. And he's all like, can't get it off. Like, you moron. But then he was drinking, and I thought he was just drinking cups of thing. He had like a beaker. But I didn't realise it was full of red wine. He must have gone through about 2 bottles, then he just fell asleep. Brilliant. So funny.
We need to do like for the holidays or something. We need to do a reaction video on that whole clip.
Watch that video and just like, right, sake. It was such a really good video. I really remember having fun with that, but mostly it was laughing at Spencer. I've not spoken to him since. He,
oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you about it later, Stormy.
Okay, sure. Fine. But yeah, I remember there was like.
He had a bad time with it.
Did he pass out? I mean, because yeah.
I remember I went to the loo and I come back and you're just there going, I think he's unconscious. I'm like, you can't be. Spencer.
You're an old YouTuber old timer when shit like that happens, and you got all these crazy war stories, and
After 8 years, mate, I think the first time I ever did a live, I invited people on, and I'm never doing that again, ever. And Harris, don't do it. I don't know how this person did it, but I invited them on, and it was I could see their face, and they were going, "Oh," they were like, "Hey, how you doing?" And as soon as he came on, it turned to gay porn. So I was like, "Whoa, off!" So you git. And the only person I had all night was interesting. I can't remember his name now, but he was a huge merchandise collector. So he's showing me all his models and all his things in his garage, and he has this wall of it.
Wow.
So he was really interesting. But other than that, it was a complete disaster. It was a nightmare. So never ever do that. Don't ever invite random people on. It was.
You got enough trouble with us. Imagine.
Mm-hmm. We haven't even brought up
Bear for next Sunday, but Bear seems cool. We'll see if Bear is our sci-fi nerdum this coming Sunday.
Yeah, just don't say anything if you think what you're going to say is Controversial.
I'm
Because
kind of
that's
looking
my
forward
job,
to gay
Mitch.
porn, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that it was so bad. Because at the time, though, I was brand new to lives. I didn't really know. I was learning the whole YouTube thing. I'd never done a live on Mystery. I know we did lives on Mystery Machine, didn't we? Sorry.
Yeah.
With Dave or whatever. But I'd never sort of done it on my own. So yeah, it's this talking thing is not easy. And anybody goes, your video's crap, you do this and that. Just, yeah, fucking try it, mate. It's really hard.
And there's a lot of YouTubers, man. They got the whole talking thing down. You know, I mean, they got it down, but that's not me.
I can talk my arse off for 8 minutes, mate. I'm fucking good at it. As long as I know what I'm talking. The secret is just know what you're talking about.
Well, that's true.
Somebody said to me, goes, oh, you should do script for God's sake. It's so boring. I'm like, no, I'm not. What am I supposed to spend? Like 3 hours writing a script and think, or I can just spend 2 minutes reading and then just talk at you for 8 minutes and done.
Right. I just make notes. I don't write out a whole script. Like, forget that. I don't have time.
Today's video, that was my script. That was my notes for tomorrow's video.
Yeah, I mean, when I was doing SciWorks, everything was block outlined, and I'd just explain like whatever it was I was doing, whether it was a petroglyph, you know, microscope, laser, or whatever. It's just these are the steps, you know, and
you can tell it's
scripted
though because they're so mechanical, and I don't.
People don't like that. They like to feel like it's real, it's human, it's
Ryan just brought up a great point. Literally, what you just said is, I prefer seeing you stumble. It just makes you human. It's more entertaining. I feel like it's conversational rather than.
And I think it comes
just informational.
For me, I think it's more honest. But also, I mean, I don't do that whole. I still get. And I'm sure you do on SciTrek as well, because I used to when I was SciTrek. I'm constantly getting emails from people going, if you do a trailer, we'll pay like 50 quid, and then you just got a thing, and I'm like, yeah, but it's boring as shit. I cannot stand watching videos, and then 30 seconds in, they go, and by the way, we're sponsored by tampons. And if you have one of those things where you're having a bad day, here's tampon. And they can be used for other things. You gentlemen, if you've got a bloody nose, you can stick one up your nose and blah, blah, blah. Tampons. Right.
You know, Jay, I would almost pay real money to watch you advertise for tampons.
To be fair, if tampons...
I mean, you seem to be real, you know, subject matter expert here.
Yeah, no, if tampons asked... If
you read about it for 2 minutes, you got
it. Because you can see the horror in Sarah's face.
Yeah.
Jay talking about tampons? I don't care.
Right. I think Tack on Pulse podcast...
He needs to use them. That's his business.
Right. Have you got diarrhea? That's what I want to do. Have you got diarrhea? Well, use a tampon. No.
It would work, I wonder.
Anyway, no, if a tampon company approached me, if there's any tampon companies out there, I would definitely do an advert for that.
The only way I feel like we want to like incorporate ads is down the line, but it would be for bathroom breaks. I think that's about it. We can go grab a glass of tea.
Pre-recorded things. There you go.
Yeah, that's
then
about
you can do it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
If any butt plug manufacturers are out there.
I went an hour and 15 minutes not saying butt plug. Here you go.
You've done it so well.
Right. I didn't get. I have to leave, and I didn't get to hear Stormy's thoughts on Stargate.
Oh, yeah. Before we keep tangenting, Stormy.
It's all I had been so beaten down by bad news about Stargate for years. You know, I mean, I'm still sad that we didn't get another season. You know, what poor Eli? He's out there doing something. You know, he's left on the ship. He's left on Destiny.
He was working out, doing weights.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
Laps around the ship.
Laps around the ship. That was it. Years. And you know, but so we've always, you know, we've seen like these videos like, oh, Stargate's going to start production, blah 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 blah. You know, somebody we don't know that is just trying to get clicks, and you're watching. So this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's done. So then we go back in our shell and we cry and we have, you know, lots of wine and whatnot.
Oh, you talking about me then?
No. These are people
talking about me. Huh? You bitch! You come on the show. You haven't been on months. You come back. And you're like, people talking about Stargate, and they're talking about, and they go back in the shop.
And so anyway, then I'm scrolling through YouTube on the TV, and then there's Jay saying, with big saucer eyes, and giving us the lowdown on Brad Wright coming back, and it's all a thing, and it's done, and the contracts are signed, and we know where it's going to go, and it's going to be episodic, and and I'm going, thank fucking God. I was,
they made the right choice.
Made the right choice. No joke. They actually, can you imagine a franchise that actually listened to the fans?
That was the thing, though, wasn't it? It was like, how many times did we do videos saying that it looks like they're doing a movie? Well, it looks like they still might be doing a movie, but everything we were saying was that until Salke left, they were doing a movie. They just were. And we're all there going, no, we don't want a movie. We want a series. We think a movie is a stupid idea because if it fails, you're going to kill our franchise. And the easy way to get fans on side, because we kept hearing this, there's the ring of power problem, there's a ring of power problem. So we said, just avoid it. Bring Brad Wright on. It's easy. Just don't do, just bring, and they did everything. So it was almost like they were watching. Well, I know for a fact people at MGM Amazon had seen our channel, had seen Dial Again, whatever, because I got a bloke message. It did a screenshot of his computer, one of the guys I talked to, and it said, whoever's talking to, and then it listed 2 or 3 channels, and SciTrek was at the top of it, because you need to stop. You are putting your job at risk. This is the best day ever.
Day ever. The slaughter of your career is the highlight of.
But he opened the thing, and he was just like, "Oh shit, I speak to Jay," and he's like, oh, "Don't look guilty. Don't look guilty."
Well, I remember there was like a whole hour you and I went on about movie versus episodes. And it was just like, my point was, if it's episodic, we get more content. I would rather have 10 hours of Stargate content than 90 minutes of Stargate content, because I'm a slut about it. Give me more. And, and we discussed that back and forth for an hour. And it's just like, if you look at other channels, no one was really that passionate about it, Yeah. I mean, we've been talking about this shit for years. And when I saw you talking about it, I forget what I was doing, but anyway, it was just like, thankfully, all right.
Well, it was literally 2 months ago, and I heard the rumor it was going to be announced by Christmas. And I said TV series is going to be announced by Christmas, but I don't believe it. So don't be too excited. We've been here before, sort of thing. So then when it was,
been here before.
Yeah, exactly. They can't really blame you for thinking that.
No, I'd actually forgotten I'd even done that video, and I sort of said, "Oh well, we did get some stuff right. We sort of said this, and this." And one of I think it might have been Jordanator or something like that, went, "No, you did a video on this literally 6 weeks ago," saying, "I'm like, oh yeah, shit, I forgot about that." You'd literally said by Christmas a TV series will be announced. The only thing we didn't know was obviously Brad Wright, Malozzi, and we didn't know about Gira. Other than that, we got literally everything else right.
Yeah.
And how many times have I said it'll be a standalone project? It'll be a standalone thing. Because that's what I was being told. So it's going to be standalone. It won't be a continuation of SG1 or whatever else. It'll be standalone.
Yep.
And exactly.
Some other mission.
Sorry?
Be some other mission.
Yeah. Something. Stargate.
It won't be Stargate Academy.
Thank God.
It better not be anyway. Nah, because my Gira won't do that.
What did you say about SciTrek Academy?
Yeah. Actually, it's fair, mate. You look so good as a Klingon.
Oh, Jesus. You're going to get so much hate mail, Harris. You're going to get so much hate mail.
Stormy's not even in that, is he? They didn't put him in there.
He was there.
I'm the one taking the photo.
No, he's not.
I'm the one taking the photo.
Good.
I'm the one taking the photo. And so anyway, that was my thoughts on it. Is like, well, we've been beat down so much, we never knew. It was hard to sift out the truth from all of these rumors, and then all the rumors that we do hope come true never did. And so when it really did, I think the excitement was amplified.
Oh, the amount of quite big YouTube channels as well that are out there talking rubbish. And
I mean, I don't want to mention any names, but it's like, really? That's totally false. Why are you? And it's just they're looking for clickbait. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You know, it gets
But my
stuff.
favorite day ever. My second favorite day. My favorite day was when we did the video, me, Matt, with Brad Wright. That was just.
That was awesome. That
Oh
was
yeah, with Companion, which
Oh yeah. Brad Wright.
R.I.P. Companion, or they're still around, I guess. But
Well, yeah, now Companion's pretty much they're doing a lot of mental health stuff, which is great.
yeah,
But when Brad Wright told Matt to shut up, I was just
shut up, Matt. From Brad.
That was great.
Happy. But my
Perfection.
other favorite day was obviously we were talking about Mark Fergus. We were talking about a movie because everyone's saying it'll be a series and left me a series, and we saying it's going to be a movie. And Jen Salke really wants a movie. We were talking about San Diego Comic-Con announcement ages before anyone else. We were talking about Brad Wright was not going to be involved in this movie, and everyone else was saying, "No, of course you will. You're talking shit. Of course you will." And then Jen Salke went on Dial the Gate, and Dial the Gate kept saying the one thing they said. Somebody else said it to me recently. Why would some random Brit know about Star Trek? And I'm like, yeah, we've been here before. Why would some random Brit go now Stargate? And Darren from there was really condescending, to be honest. And Jen Salke just went, well, he's got everything right. And
no, didn't Brad Wright say that he watched your videos about to know what's going on? He said that
he says you know more about what's going on at MGM than I do.
Yeah.
And you follow me. I still talk to Brad every so often. So he didn't tell me about anything good. But I haven't spoken to him for ages, to be fair. But that was just such. Jen Salke just kept going. SciTrek said this. SciTrek did that. I don't know how SciTrek found out about bad robot pitching, and I don't know that. And I'm like, because I know the person that printed up the things.
You've
I
got
can
to
say that because they're
taking all that up.
Okay.
Literally, we have these. They quit and they're teaching it. But they have these like print offs when they do the executives, when they do the pitch, and they like this little, it's just something that the executives can hold and read while they're doing it. She literally printed them off. So I was just like, this is brilliant. So Jen Salke, our Jen was good at doing that. And then David. David went, so what about these little clickbaiting channels? And he said, that seem to know everything that's going on. And Jen literally went, well, SciTrek do seem to know what they're going on. And God bless them, though, Darren and Dave, after Brad, they did a
Oh, yeah, they're great guys.
They did. I got an email off, I always mix them up. Dave, I think. Who's Gateworld? The
Gateworld's Dave.
Dave texted me, did email me saying, we are sorry if we offended you. We genuinely
Maybe I have that
talking rubbish and blah, blah, blah. Darren never has done that, but I offended Darren, apparently.
Well, Darren is welcome to clean my house anytime he wants.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they're both great
good
fellas.
Yeah. Yeah, they are really good guys. But I annoyed him. I said some joke about Miss Stiven, about how she seemed to know. I said she seemed to know everything about me. She seems to know where I live, my bank account address, and my inside trouser leg measurement. And apparently that was sexual. So he got really offended about it, apparently. So I was like, okay.
I don't know your inseam measurement, and I'm hurt.
I'm a short ass, so I would think. Or did I say I know hers? I think I might have said I know hers, or something like that. Anyway, but somebody clipped it and sent it to
oh Lord,
Darren, and Darren got really offended about it. And so Jen actually messaged me saying he's like really offended about it, but don't worry, I didn't take offense. And I've never really spoken to him since. But David.
Well, we just set something up where we should set something up where it's like a fun just Stargate.
At the end of the day, mate, we all just fucking love Stargate.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all just and Dave's been talking about wanting to expand the tent and bring in all the fans and stuff. So
and
I texted David whenever you do the announcement. They're fun.
There is competition between YouTubers. There is. I mean, the Popcast guys went at me. I mean, properly went at me. They were threatening me and all sorts. There is competition.
Popular.
Now I have that stupid song in my head, that music from Penny.
Yeah.
All right, I got to get out of here, you guys. But
hi, Sarah. It's good seeing you again.
Farscape tomorrow, everybody.
Bye.
Farscape tomorrow.
I want to go as well. Sorry, guys, if that's all right. It's gone 8.
Okay.
It's quite late for me when we do these videos. So late. Sorry.
Oops, wrong way. Bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
See ya.
So Harris,
Yes, sir.
5 minutes.
do what? What did you say, Jamie?
I'll stay 5 minutes. But
Oh, okay. Well, let me talk about what I've been doing. For Professor Cringe. When I started back into this degree program, I'm almost finished up. As well, you're going to have to change this because I'm really promoting Professor Cringe now, because I've been trying to figure out a way now that I've got a lot more time. I've been trying to figure out a way how to monetize those screen treatments. I used to write a lot of screenplays and so forth, and so I've got a lot of just treatments. A treatment is like a one sheet of what a story is, the location, character descriptions, and the story arc. And I've been trying to figure out a way to bring those, at least do something with them. And so there's a new story on my YouTube channel, Professor Cringe, called The Spider Crypt House. Woohoo! Spider Crypt House. And it's going to be a multi-part series about, it's kind of a haunted house. But anyway, I don't want to give any spoilers for that. And yeah, my other channel is Mojo Zoo, which is kind of a photography, just
found it.
Tips and whatever. But yeah, The Spider Crypt House.
There's tits in it.
Tips.
There aren't any tits in it. I'm looking at a picture of a flower.
What are you talking about?
You said there's tits in it.
Oh, there's a spider and a spider web?
Oh, no. Just
When did
what you said, what you were saying, Stormy.
When did you stop doing... When did SciTrek become a thing?
That's just what M-Cubed. I just renamed it a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to clean all that because it's been years since I fiddled with a lot of the interface stuff for the GUI for the front page.
I miss SciWorks. I used to like you stop it. I used to like you playing with hydrogen and threatening to blow yourself up.
Those were fun days, Yeah.
I was like, Storm was going to blow himself up, and then you never did.
Never did.
Were you making a D&D game, Stormy?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can get back on that too. Yeah. Me and a buddy of mine, Tim, we're coming up with a D&D game called Tavern Rejects. It's a rule set, kind of open source. You can do with it what you want. You don't have to pay, Wizards of the Coast money to play the game. Just kind of, it's an open source fantasy D&D style role-playing game. There he is. TRK, the Chicken
Kitchen.
That's Tim, by the way. The other genius, my buddy. That's the Dungeons and Dragons genius.
Oh, cool. It's one of those things I wish I'd got into because I like long games, if that makes sense. I like getting into things, but I think I just never knew anybody that was into it, so I never got into it. But I like playing things like when I was a kid. I wasn't even that old. We used to drink it over beer, so I must have been relatively old. But like playing Risk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hours. I've never lost a Risk battle. That's my one claim to fame. Never lost one. But I play like Civilization. The games I can play Civilization 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It takes forever to play those games. But I never ever got into like D&D or anything like that.
So if I can regurgitate these stories and are successful on Professor Cringe, I'll probably do another couple channels, one for fantasy, one for sci-fi, and that are more appropriate than instead of just because some of these stories aren't horror, they're sci-fi or they're fantasies. Cool. So if these new this new venture with Professor Cringe, the new revitalization of it, if that goes well, I'll probably spin off a couple more channels that are genre specific.
Keep dropping them in the DMs, mate, because we can we'll share them. But I'm running at 100 miles an hour with everything, so I don't always see. But if you drop them in, we'll share them.
Okay, we'll do.
It's fascinating things. They're really good the way they come up as well, the way they come out.
And it should still be in the description for all of everything as well. That should always be there.
Yeah.
Mojo Zoo isn't in mine, but I'll add it.
Thank you.
SciWorks still is.
I don't want to necessarily bring this up, but it's just funny after you say that.
I'm not.
You said challenged, so well done. Because the R word is becoming popular again, and apparently not an insult towards mentally disabled people, or it'll be people with learning disabilities. It is, by the way. But I like that we said challenged. No, I used to play with my mate, and sometimes my kids. So there I go. I did cheat with that, but never lost again. But I had 2 or 3 mates that we used to play.
Did you ever play the? They have Star Trek and Star Wars versions of Risk. I think I have Star Wars.
They were
Risk.
crap. They were rubbish. There's
really
not enough planets or countries or things. So it was just really easy. And they changed the rules for all the games. I thought they should have just changed, the style in the same game, but with the bits. And they didn't. They always changed the rules, so you just couldn't play it. But I actually love Risk. Play like 6 hours, get drunk by the end of it, and just like. But I used to have a tactic that was really irritated, so I just used to wear people down.
Yeah, we got a couple people. We play Catan not infrequently, and we got a couple people with some tactics in there that it makes you not want to play all the time. You're like, all right, well, I'll get the next game.
It's like playing my mate at snooker. He never gives up, so he'll just keep. I can be 30 points ahead of him on the pink, and he doesn't give up. He just keeps trying to snooker me, and I said, it's so boring. I was like, for God's sake, man, just give up. And he won't. But yeah, and he's like Iceman from Top Gun, just like wearing you down, pulling your hair out. I had hair before I started playing with Mate Damien at snooker.
Yeah. So anyway, just to clear things up with Kojo Asante, that is my real name, first and middle name. I was born in the '60s, and Mama was a hippie chick. So,
what is your full name? Stormy Mojo. What?
Stormith Barrett Mojoith Williams.
Yes.
Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Cyworks.
Danny Gandalf, Cyworks, Cringe, Professor, Master, DeVito.
Oh yes, the Gandalf, Gandalf DeVito.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was all of my big announcement. I finally got another episode of Professor Cringe up and running. The Spider Crypt House Chapter 1. Now listen.
Just making sure that chat that you were mentioning got brought up there. Oh, don't forget, Esquire.
Your name is Kojo Asante. Asante.
That is an awesome name as well, though. That's a great name.
That is.
Asante is a great name. I wish my name was Asante. That's a fantastic name.
I would assume our Storm Bear is more Gandalf the Grey.
Yes.
He's more whimsical and fun.
Yes. I don't have those serious white vibes yet.
Well, you've got to die first, haven't you?
Yeah, that's true. And I'm not looking forward to that. So I'm definitely.
Is Sirius White, Sirius Black's like second cousin or something?
Something like that. Yeah, okay. I think so.
So I want to hear the story about when I died. I genuinely died once for about 2 minutes.
So actually?
Yeah, no, seriously.
That explains a lot too.
Yeah, it was it was a thing. I had this really bad infection, and it went after my pancreas.
Oh.
So my pancreas was infected with this thing. It's not from Manchester now. Not far though. I'm about an hour and a half away from Manchester. But anyway, right. So the doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, but my insulin levels kept like spiking and then dropping. And back then, I was quite fit. Not anymore. Now, because
would that have been like post-military?
Well, no, we don't talk about that. But anyway, I was fit. I had a six-pack and everything. So I found out later, you don't do BMI. Because actually, I went in to see a doctor, and they went, "You're borderline obese." And I went, "Really?" And then they looked at me and went, "No, you're all right." Because I've always been like square-shaped. So they did my VMI, which is volume mass index, and my body fat was 2%. So I was like really, really lean. But so basically, when I had this illness, this virus, my insulin levels dropped, and I didn't have any fat reserve to like cope, sort of thing. So I just whacked out, and it was properly, you know, like if you've ever seen that tunnel, it just goes zoom like that, and you can see like that, like James Bond, dun, 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 and then you just. Poof, go on, sort of thing. So the one of them, basically the ambulance turned up and I didn't have a heartbeat. So they had to do the whole ba-dum, 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 crack 3 of my ribs. Ba-dum, ba-dum. I've never told anyone this story. My mom doesn't even know the story because she'd freak out. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. And they brought me back and they estimate I was dead for 2 minutes. Technically, my heart had stopped.
That sucks.
And then they still didn't know what was wrong with me. I passed out another 4 times, and then they figured out that it was this infection had latched onto my pancreas, and that's what was causing it. So as soon as they got me on the right antibiotics, I was right, Israel. Absolutely no problem at all. But the doctor did go, you need to eat a hamburger.
A couple.
Yeah. So but now I only eat once a day now. I need to lose weight. So I've just stopped eating. So,
well, don't get back down to 2% body fat. Go.
No, I don't think that's going to happen, mate. I'm 5'7", and I was always 11.5 to 12 stone, but I'm square shaped. I'm like 14.5 stone now. So, but I'm 5'7". So I'm a bit heavy for my size. My ideal weight. This is we're not talking. We haven't talked about SciFi for ages. My ideal weight apparently is 10.5 stone. And I'm like, which leg am I cutting off? Because I was
way to lose weight, kind of permanent.
Well, I was 2% body fat. So, yeah, we're not talking about SciFi. I might be Jesus. If it was 3 minutes,
he is Space Jesus.
I'm Space Jesus.
He's our Daniel Jackson. Jay's our Anakin Skywalker here.
I'm what Jesus would be if he was bald and an atheist. So,
you are the only version of a Jesus that doesn't have long flowy hair. I mean, there's Paul Atreides, there's Anakin, there's Daniel Jackson.
Harris definitely looks like Jesus. If they do a biopic of the 20-year-old Jesus, just saying.
Yeah.
I might be a few shades too light to represent that factually or accurately. Just a few.
Yeah, that's the story about when I died. I've never told.
I will play young you any day. I got you.
Go on then. You died for longer. You died for 3 days, and then came back on Easter.
Oh.
And came back ripped, I guess. That's
because you look like Jesus. You just do. Evil Jesus with the thing, or Satan. I'm not sure which. Go on then. What's you beat? How you got me beat from the story where I died?
Oh dear God, boy, this really just descended. Didn't
You
it?
said you can beat my story. I want to hear the story.
Me or who?
I thought you said you got me beat. No?
Oh no.
Oh, okay, right. I'm going then.
Fine.
Flatliners, a great movie.
Yeah.
Flatliners.
Honestly,
Y'all are just tourists.
I woke up in the ambulance, and I just remember him sort of saying, "He's back with us," and I genuinely went, "Who?" You. And then apparently said, "Where have I been?
Where did I go?"
And then I said, "Well, you were dead," but they didn't say that. But
well, we know Jay didn't see anything after for those 2 minutes because.
Oh no, I saw all my loved ones. I saw a white light.
Actually,
I
was like, what?
I have no memory of it at all. I don't really remember about 10 minutes before, because I'd left a mate's house and was walking down the road. Luckily, I wasn't driving.
Oh, that would have sucked.
I'm not even sure I had a car then, actually. So I was walking back to mine, but I don't remember going to my mate's house. I don't remember leaving. I think so. I'd lost about 2 hours before. My brain just sort of.
Gee, that was one hell of an infection.
Yeah. So, but apparently it was a sugar drop. They actually said it was like I basically went into a type of coma, just from a sugar. My sugar's just. And it
could that have led you to like type 1 diabetes or something?
No, I'm fine. I think I'm pre-diabetic. I drink a lot and I pee a lot. And that's apparently science to be pre-diabetic, which is another reason why I'm desperately trying to lose weight at the moment, because I don't want to become diabetic.
Just go to the grocery store or the drugstore and get one of those little cheapo blood test meters, and they're like $10.
Yeah.
And just do a sample test and get your baseline.
But I've always been a little bit hypoglycemic because I had quite a large muscle mass and then not and I didn't used to eat very well, I'd burn through my blood sugars, and I was probably like this all the time when I was like, oh shit, I better eat something. So I used to get that a lot anyway. So and I got this infection, and it's just. But yeah, they basically said they think I went into a type of coma, and that's when and it made my heart just stopped. So it's quite scary, really.
Yeah,
But you know what? The next day, I was back at work.
And like you
Telling
were,
everyone I nearly died. I died yesterday. What the fuck are you talking about, Willis? I died yesterday.
Just show the like receipt from the hospital real quick.
Yeah, but I was all right. I just felt fine. I banged my head. That was all. I banged my head pretty good when I fell, and I'd cracked 2 ribs, but I've cracked my ribs loads of times. So I wasn't bad. I just nobody. I was like, somebody made me laugh, and I was probably like, I broke a rib once and sneezed and thought I'd died. On the floor.
now you have too many hospital tales to be as young as you are.
I've had a few hospital admissions. You know, I've never actually, other than my ribs, I've never broken a bone. And I've got my head's pretty cracked. I've got a crack. Oh no, it's that side, isn't it? There, I got a crack in my skull, like that. I can actually put my finger in where the thing hit me. So, but other than that counts. It might explain a few things. I had quite a major brain trauma. And I fell 2 stories once and didn't break a bone. I'm sorry, I lied. I broke my tailbone. My arse got broken once.
Broke ass bitch.
Yeah, exactly. I fell and landed on my
Your
back.
ribs in your ass, damn.
Yeah. But I broke my ribs 3 times. I don't suggest it. It really hurts. Just anything where breathing hurts is not fun.
I wouldn't think so.
Did you know that you can bruise your heart? I didn't.
Yeah, you can.
It also really hurts. So I again don't suggest you do it.
Like every palpitation you feel.
It just feels like somebody's kneeling on your chest, but all the time for like days. It's really it hurts, and again breathing is a bit. You have to sort of do short breaths, sort of thing like that. No, it wasn't a hooligan. I'm not telling you the story to be honest, but yeah, I broke my ass. So anyway, that's one of my funny injuries. How about you guys? You ever broken a bone? Have you ever been run over?
Have not been run over.
My foot's been run over, but I haven't broken anything from it.
No.
The only broken bone I really got is, ironically, this knuckle here. I was going to school. This is in the previous century. I forgot one of my textbooks, and I was in the driver's seat. So I put my hand up on the door of the car and reached over, and the wind blew the door shut.
Yeah.
And I got this spiral crack in this knuckle.
I broke my knuckle, but I was punching somebody. So it's just is a rule: don't punch people in the face because you will break your knuckle.
Yeah.
I caught maybe this once I was out drinking, and I was sort of like, and I was walking. I think I might have told the story before. I was walking for a taxi, and this big guy, he was probably like pushing 6 foot. He tried to push me out of the way, trying to get into the taxi before me. So I just went bam and caught him under the chin and knocked him clean out. My mates, so he just apparently went bam, like straight backwards like a plank of wood. But then he had fallen between me and the taxi. So my mates were saying, they was watching me, and they were saying, you could have seen me confused. And like, how do I get past this guy? So I was like trying to walk around him, because I was obviously not confident enough to step over him.
Yeah.
So I ended up walking around and getting in a taxi. I woke up the next day, and my hand was like it was enormous and red. And I could see this like little cut and something. So I squeezed out what it was, and a little thing of white came out of my hand.
Hell.
And I realized it was part of his tooth.
I thought it was your bone sticking out.
I'm pretty sure it was his tooth. So I'd obviously caught him and I think I caught him sort of like under his thing and punched while it was doing like that sort of thing. But yeah, a bit of his bone was in my hand. So that was a tetanus shot. 4 occasions I've had to have a tetanus shot. Once a dog bit.
Well, have you learned not to do that now?
Yeah, don't punch people in the face. It's a terrible idea.
Well, why'd you do that last week then?
I haven't punched anyone in the face in ages.
I was just hoping.
I really hurt my
where
hand
you were
punching
gonna
the
go.
table a couple of weeks ago. It was properly like, fuck. And I was like, don't do that. You'll hurt your hand. I know how hard to hit it without hurting my hand.
Yeah.
But no, I used to box a little bit. So yeah, don't punch people in the face.
Don't punch people in the face.
Unless you're wearing gloves. And then it's just hilarious. But other than that, don't do it. Right, I'm going to call it an evening now. I've told you 2 or 3 stories, which I wish I hadn't.
Yes. You keep telling us you're going to go away, but here you continue to be.
I've been telling you I was going to go away totally for about 2 years. I was going to retire from YouTube. I almost did, and then you pulled me back in.
Lies. You were never going anywhere.
I never really retired.
Harris
took over the channel, and I kept doing videos. I never really quit. I'm like an addict.
Well, now somebody else gets your hate mail, so I guess that was the benefit. Yeah.
Wearing my hat because I had no hair. Doing videos. Anyway, it's been fun. I'm going to go watch the end of Die Hard 2.
Hey. Did you know Die Hard 2 was originally supposed to be a Lethal Weapon movie? I watched a video yesterday. Actually, yeah, the Die Hard franchise was supposed to be a bunch of different things. Apparently, the first one was originally based off of a movie that Frank Sinatra had done. So contractually, they had to. Well, it was based off a novel, and then the original screenwriter changed the name, did a whole bunch of different changes.
Yeah, I've heard the Frank Sinatra connection before, actually. Yeah, they wanted Frank Sinatra.
So they had to offer it to him, but he was like 70. So he was like, nope.
Bruce Willis was the 8th or 9th person they tried to get on to do Die Hard as well, and they've asked everybody, and nobody wanted to do it.
Yeah, because he was just a TV star. They tried to get Clint Eastwood, Sylvester Stallone, Schwarzenegger. They tried everybody.
Yep. They paid him a fortune as well. He then negotiated a massive deal. It was like $5-6 million back then.
I think it was $5 million, yeah.
For like nobody. It's amazing. And then
he was the star of Moonlighter or whatever at the time. It was just what?
Moonlighting.
There we go.
Yeah. It's a very popular TV series. Glenn, what's the model in it? There's a model that was it was detective agency. It was really good. I saw, so you know what's in that Eddie Murphy? Have you seen that Eddie Murphy documentary? Have you seen that yet?
No.
There's a thing in Beverly Hills. Yeah, no, there's a bit in Beverly Hills Cop where he walks past 2 people wearing red leather outfits. One's got red with a black stripe, and the other one's black with a red stripe. And he sort of does his like as he walks past him. I didn't realize he was saying it's a reference to Raw, his live thing where he actually wore a red leather thing on stage when he did the live Raw. So that was a jab at that. And I say, I never twigged that. I never realized. So that's what it was a reference to. Because it was only about a year after Raw. So I was like, that's such a clever joke that went straight over my head.
I love that movies can do that. That's one of my favorite things about filmmaking is just the little Easter eggs. That's, I guess, how it's been coined over time. It's just so fun.
It's just genius, really clever. Right, guys, I will say goodnight. So I'll see you next week, though. And everybody on there, have fun, stay safe. I'm out of here.
Don't break your tailbone. Don't break any ribs.
Don't break your tailbone. No more fighting for you this week.
I haven't been injured in ages.
Well, we might have jinxed it. Knock on some wood. Hey,
I'm touching. I'm hitting wood. I'm hitting wood. Oh, come on. That was a penis joke. Everyone loves a penis joke.
I chuckled.
I shouldn't be allowed to do anything in public. Right. See you later, guys.
See ya. Bye.
See you, Stormy. Good to see you, mate. Bye.
And then there were 2. How are you looking today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
You want to hang or?
Oh yeah, I got some time, dude. What? There's no more tests. There's no more quizzes. There's no more essays. There's no more reflection assignments. There's no more problem series.
Oh, that's got to be nice. That's got to be nice and a half.
Jeez, you got no idea, bro. You got no idea.
Well, real quick, the only thing that I saw a minute ago, Monk was asking, what have I been doing in my voice classes? I'll give you just a little bit of a thing.
Hey, catch me up on that. I didn't even know you were taking voice classes.
Oh, I've been doing them all year. It's been a lot of fun because I've always enjoyed voice acting, just messing around with accents and stuff like that as well. And now I'm trying to do it a little bit more where you can put it on your resume, you know?
Right.
Chris is an awesome teacher. I'm mostly doing the dialect stuff at this point, so I'm usually doing it through her husband, Logan. And they're a team, which is just awesome. And her stuff, though, I can give you a little bit because they put this together. Let me see. I'm going to try not to. I'm going to mute myself real quick.
Once upon a time, there was a man named Harris, lost in the desert, trying to find his way to water. But he was in Mojave, which was famous for its water stealers.
The Mojave.
Mojave water stealers.
That honestly should be a thing. I think it kind of is to a degree in Fallout New Vegas.
Well, I mean, there was I was listening to one of these old timey radio shows, and from 1940, and they used the term Mojave water stealer because it was such. I mean, when Los Angeles started taking water out of the
everywhere.
Well, not just it, but especially Owens Valley. I mean, it became a national scandal, and then it entered its vernacular as Los Angeles became, or specifically Mulholland, he was known as the Mojave water stealer, and it devastated the valley. It just devastated the valley. What was green and lush and full of wildlife is now a desert.
Well, a lot of California is kind of in a similar space.
Yeah.
We get a lot of water from the rest of the state in this county, and it is for better and worse. There's a lot of people to support down here, but it means the rest of the state is not necessarily supported as it should.
I crossed over, a few months ago, I crossed over the Colorado River. This is right in California. And it was so low back east, creeks were bigger than what was in the Colorado. I mean, it was the drought was devastating, and it's it's just not getting any better. I mean, if you look at California in terms of like a water needs construct, I mean, 20 million people live in the Los Angeles basin. That's half the state.
It's insane.
A lot of water needs per person.
As long as the fountains in Vegas are still working. Damn it, Peter. I mean, kind of, though.
Well, if the water gets too low in those fountains, they can always replace it with champagne. Yeah, Lake Powell, Lake Mead. I actually did a video that I never published on the water problems of Lake Mead. And, I mean, it was so low. There was like all this stuff that like people had dropped or lost from boats and fishing. And I've got this reel that had just been corroded. It was an old fishing reel that I found at the bottom of Lake Mead that I just kept, because it was just buried in the mud and it had been finally exposed because of the severe droughts.
Just finding a lot of things in the old Lake Mead.
There's lots of things they're digging up out of Lake Mead.
Ooh.
Or what was Lake Mead.
Well, this is just the thing I was trying to find a second ago. I wanted to make sure I didn't show you my entire animation demo or commercial demo, excuse me. But this one's fun. This is a fake ad for Dr. Pepper, but this is what something I got from Chris. This is her changing your voice and your vocal cords, rather than actually just doing a dialect something. Here you go.
If you're listening to this, you probably want to make sure Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar has the same sweet, old flavor as regular Dr. Pepper Blackberry. Rest assured, it does. Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar. It's a pepper thing.
What is high quality?
Somebody hire me.
That was you without any electronic manipulation?
No, That's just me using an accent, talking and getting a little bit further into it, but it's a fun thing to
Holy
do.
shit, Harris, that was really good.
It's a lot of practice, but it's a lot of fun. What Peter said earlier, it's not necessarily the best time to get into voice acting with everything going on, but it's also a lot more rewarding because you can tell when a person does it rather than AI at the same time nowadays, and it's a lot more fun.
Well, there's this one website I ran across. It's 11 Labs, and they take voice actors. You go as a voice actor, you go on and you train the AI, and then people that want to create audio soundtracks or whatever can get your voice, and then you get paid for it if they use your voice to create an audio file. And there's these actors that go in there and they have different type, like one actor may, I don't know, Kate 419 or whatever, and Kate could have British accent, South African accent, American accent, or Asian or whatever, and but I'm telling you, going back to what was the previous statement.
Which one?
Let's see. People will get tired of AI voiceovers extremely fast. I think they'll get tired of old AI technology. The new stuff that's coming out, I can't tell the difference. I really can't. Because they're naturally generated through someone else's modeling. An actor or an actress will go on and they'll go through the process of modeling their voice for the AI, and then they can sell the AI. They get money anytime somebody uses their construct.
Well, SciTrek got offered something like that a while back, and it was good money, and I debated on taking it for us all, but they wanted to train. They were offering up to $120,000 to train all of our voices on SciTrek for an AI. And I said no. I was like, that's no. $120,000 would be great for all of us in the channel, but we want to own our voices.
Yeah.
Speaking of owning our voices,
if they're looking for exclusivity, you can't use your voice for anything else. They own your voice forever. Yeah, $120K, go fuck those guys.
Yeah, maybe put a couple extra zeros there if you want to own my voice forever, because this is that would screw my career. I would have to change my entire path of everything if that would be the case. We will never replace us with AIs, thankfully. We're not that type of person, but we will add more folk in every now and then. We want to hang out with Bear next week. I don't know if Bear's still hanging out or not, but that will be a lot of fun to meet some new folk and talk some new sci-fi. We also, Stormy, it's been a while since you've seen the old Melvin.
I haven't seen Melvin in forever.
You feel like questioning?
Hey,
Melvin, where the hell have you been?
Figuring out Atlantis. No.
There you go.
Hey, it needs to be figured out. Is it still in San Francisco?
No.
Good.
I doubt that. But yeah, it's actually a good point you brought me in, because you were talking about AI, right, and voice acting and stuff.
Yes, sir.
I've noticed I've been watching a lot of anime lately.
Yes, sir.
And there are quite a few of the anime movies and TV shows actually using something that is actually called simuldub, so simulated dubbing. So it's AI generating voices for the translation, which is actually quite interesting, because I don't know if you remember a few years back, I think it was like leading up to or during the actor strike. In Japan, they started firing voice actors and translators because they were adding words that were not in the script. They were changing words, which completely throws the dialogue
in the context
out of whack, out of balance.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were refusing to say the words because they believed it was against diverse or something. It wasn't diverse.
Just whatever the model was, it wasn't appropriate for the thing to say or something like that, even if it's written in a script.
Yeah, so there are a lot of anime companies now
that are actually moving towards the AI to replace the voice actors because the voice actors go off script.
Oh, the voice actors. Well, no, the voice actors don't go off script.
They do. They do.
If they're told to go off script, if they go off script, it's because they're told to. Voice actors, their job is to not do that. That's misinformation in that sense. Just because it's a very stringent thing, voice acting, especially when it comes to animated voice acting, and you have to be matching your movement hyper specifically with certain things. ADR is a specific thing that has to be done in every kind of film.
Yeah.
And voice acting is hyper specific. There's very little room for improv besides just like that Dr. Pepper thing a second ago. Just changing your voice and doing whatever that you feel like doing, you know, like something along those kind of lines.
One thing I have heard of, it's kind of along what Melvin's bringing up, is in a lot of these, like 11 Labs, if you go in and you want to get a voice actor and you use their voice for whatever, some of them do have limitations on the content that they're using their voice for. And there's a warning for that. You know, you can't use it in this, can't use it in that, or whatever. And they have the right to refuse to have their captured voice used in porn, I'm guessing. You know, so I mean, I have seen that, and but yeah, if you got a contract and you're, especially you know, if you're a Screen Actors Guild and you're going off script, it's got to be because you've been told to. Now, who knows if it's a Japanese company or whatever, you know, and the voice acting is done all over the
familiar with it.
Popcorn is familiar with what I'm talking about.
Because there's so little room, just from the acting perspective. I'm not familiar with the story or anything. Either told or given permission to do so for anime, but places like Crunchyroll bought the rights to distribute in the U.S. That's what I was, because you don't just get free reign to do stuff like that, and specifically with voice acting. Acting, there's a little like just stage acting, in-person acting is a little bit different because you have that natural improvisational kind of room.
The improv is fine, but adding political things into it.
That's
the major issue they were having with it.
Well, like what Stormy just said.
They were changing it for political reasons, not for
there's a lot of voice actors who refuse to allow their voice to be utilized in religious or political ads and stuff like that, or affiliated things, so on and so forth. If it happens to be for a role and you're the character, that's a different thing. But that's a little screwy because that's
especially if it's something like especially with anime, because a lot of the time the translation throws everything off
completely.
So the context changes, which means it changes what it sounds like to what's actually happening on the screen.
And anime requires such a precise script for the story to maintain continuity, because a lot of these are some of the manga stuff is really involved. Some of the anime is really detailed oriented stuff, and you've got to really maintain continuity, or just like what it's like.
And we're also talking about companies that have been around for decades. How long has anime been around? I don't know. I haven't looked it up, but it's been around a hell of a long time. You know?
Well, yeah, because it's technically just anime is just Japanese animation, and I would assume they probably started. Or I would assume Japan's been making.
I think anime is more of a specific style of animation.
Nowadays, yes, but technically, anime just means animation in Japanese. But it's definitely turned into that style, because now you have like Western versions of anime, and it's that stylistic like.
Well, it happened with Transformers. It happened with the original Transformers. Was it Transformers? I think it was. The original Transformers was actually originally a Japanese anime. Then it got bought up. I think the rights it got bought up by an American company, and then they changed it. So the style was very similar, but they literally changed it because they didn't want it to look the same. So they changed small parts of it. I think it was Transformers. I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
The earliest commercial Japanese animation dates to 1917. And the characteristic art style that what we're calling Japanese animation or anime, that was first seen in the 1960s.
Wow, I would have thought earlier.
Yeah.
That's cool though. That's good to know.
Well, it's still 6 decades ago. I mean, that's still
a long time. I did a video on Gundam. I did a video on Gundam, which is from the 70s, 79.
Well, Gundam's coming back. Gundam is Amazon.
Gundam has never gone anywhere. Gundam has never gone anywhere. Like I was saying in my video, that Gundam is probably the longest running consistent franchise that's continuously been pumping stuff out, because it hasn't had a gap more than a couple of years. Whereas a lot of the stuff that we've got going with Star Wars, Star Trek, they had in some cases decades between them coming back. Whereas Gundam has just been consistently throwing stuff out every 2 or 3 years.
I wonder if because the only thing that I can think of that's lasted similarly as long that has consistently done that would be Dick Tracy, and that's just because I forget who's the actor that played Dick Tracy back in the day. Maybe it's not Dick Tracy. It's one of those kind of old sleuths kind of deal, and the actor who played the character still owns the rights. So every few years, when the rights are supposed to, you haven't done a project with this character in so many years, and the rights are supposed to revert back to Warren Beatty. There we go. He'll just do a radio play about it real quick and do just enough to keep the rights under his name and under his family's name and such. And then, all right, a couple years, we'll come back. That's it. I think it might be Dick Tracy.
Maybe.
Could be.
But those, I can't think of anything that would have been consistent.
What about
longer?
The consistency is the thing. See, it's like a consistent release of stuff is what I was going for. When I was talking about Gundam, because it was consistent. Whereas there's nothing really else that's been as consistent as that. So,
well, and realistically, like Popcorn just pointed out, if Warren Beatty is the person I'm thinking about, I understand wanting to keep the rights and retain the rights and all that, but it is kind of letting it go to waste in a way. I would think Gundam would have been the more active franchise for that long. Yeah. Still owns. Okay, it is him. Cool. Thank you, Peter, for confirming. Warren Beatty and what was her name? The two of them that did the Oscar mishap with La La Land a few years back. Well, I forget. Warren. Who did?
You talking about Madonna?
No. It's one of Warren Beatty's like longtime acting partners. She's been in a few different projects with him, I believe. Did he do a Bonnie and Clyde, or it was like? I gotta Google it. It's the easiest name in the world. It's not popping up there. And
you're gonna be so mad when you figure it out.
Oh yeah. And La La Land thing. What? I'm trying to figure it out. It's her. I just can't name. Faye Dunaway. There we are. I was like, it's somewhere. It's right here. Faye Dunaway.
See, aren't you mad?
Aye. Oh, television specials. That's the one. Okay.
But that I don't hear it landing.
It didn't land very well there. The slide whistle didn't finish.
I was expecting an explosion or a pop or something.
There's the explosion.
Boom.
That sounded a bit lame, to be honest.
I love the reaction of, we're not wearing headphones and you're wearing headphones, so you get this much worse than what we do. Warren Beatty's 88. Wow. Brought a big box office for the time, but he overspent massively on the production, making Disney determine that the movie wasn't worth it. Well, they could have done more. So ultimately, Stormy, Stargate-wise,
Yes.
how do you think they're going to approach coming back with it?
Shit, I don't know. It's now that we've got the announcement that it is on. Well, now comes the speculation of the casting. Is there going to be a new antagonist? Or is it going to be, I don't know.
Are they going to bring Anubis back?
Yeah.
Is Andrea going to come back?
I'm guessing we're going to get like 10 episodes, but if we had 20, what are we going to do with those?
That's a good. We have been trying to think about, just from our perspective, trying to put ourselves in the producer's shoes. Do you lean towards modern filmmaking and have the multiple arcs throughout the season, like episodes 3, 1 and 3 are one arc, 4, 5, 6 another arc, 7, 8, 9 another arc, whatever that is? Or do you lean towards that monster of the week and you have the overarching plots, but you kind of have each different episode each week, learn something new?
What do you guys remember? Back in DVDs, they had filmmaker commentaries.
Oh yeah.
So I remember I was listening to it, and they were talking about, this is SG1, first season of SG1. And they were talking about Monster of the Week, and it was always, well, what do we do with the next monster? What's the next thing? And of course, the first monster, was Ra. And then it says, but over time, you kind of run out of Egyptian deities. So then there was other deities like Thor, blah, 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 blah. But they said once they got away from Monster of the Week and started embracing an overarching story, got easier to write and the quality went up.
Yes.
So, everybody and listen to other commentaries of other franchises, it's like, the same thing, Monster of the Week for X-Files. But once they started down the road of the cigarette smoking man, then it became what it was. Then there was there was teeth in every episode, and they actually had, there was one episode that was not a Monster of the Week, but it was I remember Mulder was getting, I think, audited by the FBI, and he said, "Well, what is your intention?" And he said, "Well, there's this global conspiracy against the people, blah 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 blah." And the auditor is going, "Well, you've been working on ghosts, you've been working on cryptids, you've been doing." He said, "So you really should just focus on." He was, the whole show was making fun of all the other bullshit that. All the other Monster of the Week stuff that I remember one that was in a traveling circus, which was hilarious. But but X-Files itself was poking fun at them having Monsters of the Week instead of saying on top of it.
Okay. Well, Popcorn did just bring up another good thing right here. He said Doctor Who, back before the restart of the franchise, was always Planet of the Week, which is why people loved it too. Mm-hmm. And even with the restart, people loved the restart for a while. Is that something that y'all might worry about with
which
Stargate?
Restart? Which
I'm
restart?
assuming this is the most. I guess there is 2 recent restarts. My assumption is that he's talking.
Technically, there's only been one. Technically, there's been 2. The more recent one is the second restart of the franchise of it, really. Because they went season 1. In 2005, they restarted it again.
That's what I think Papa was talking about.
So I would say the 2005 restart probably, but the newer one, who really likes that shit?
Yeah.
So,
It's far and few between, it seems like.
Even the people that made it didn't like it.
Yeah, I think Doctor Who might be the most divisive franchise right now. Star Wars seems like it is just because of the amount of people I think that globally love Star Wars, but Doctor Who, for being primarily just a UK based show, has a lot of issues and problems within their own franchise that I don't know if they know how to solve just yet.
I mean, going
Yes,
back to
popcorn.
like the early, the classic Doctor Who, as they say. I mean,
Tom
a lot
Baker.
even those really weren't Monster or Planet of the Weeks. It was like Planet of the next 2 months. You know, because a lot of those were 4-episode arcs or 8-episode arcs. You know, and
A lot of the time, Doctor Who back then used to be broken down into 4 or 5 parts of an episode
yeah.
as well.
Okay.
So it was split over a longer time period as well.
Just with Stargate coming back, do y'all want that to lean towards more? Obviously, we would like the longer episode counts if possible.
Well, it depends because are they? I mean, as it stands now, most streaming services they'll go for an hour-long episode and 10, possibly 13, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Right? 13 episodes. But if they take it back down to a 45-minute episode, and then the money they save, put that towards extending the series, so we get more episodes, that would be a lot better for me.
If we
So
can
I'd
get
rather
that
watch
13
45 minutes and then get more stories, more episodes, than I would watch an hour episode and, I just only have 10.
I don't know if there's a better show than The Walking Dead as a kind of not litmus test for the way they should approach it, but at least the way that they should approach the episode count. Because Walking Dead started, I think the first season was 6 or 8 episodes, just because it was that first season, just to get you in there.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, I believe it went to 18 episodes for 1 or 2 seasons. I think 16 was consistent.
It established itself, so they extended it.
Mhm.
Right? So they added the more episodes because it had established itself. It was well received. People loved it.
13 to 16 episodes is that sweet spot, I believe.
Yeah. But, I mean, do you want 16 episodes or do you want 20 episodes?
I'd rather 16.
You'd rather 16?
I mean,
yeah. I mean, that is probably the most you get from most streaming services now anyway.
Well, because my worry now, and y'all have talked about it a lot more than I have, you two of y'all and Jay over the last couple of years, is stuff like Star Trek. If with them feeling like they need to do things of the old, and also just with modern storytelling and the way modern writing is and all that, I think Stargate's going to be one that tries to do something similar to a degree. I think they're going to approach it a little bit better. My worry is if it gets to 20 episodes, Stargate never was Star Trek or Doctor Who in that sense, where it's like, we have our holiday specials, welcome to our Valentine episode, our Christmas episode, our whatever. So
our musical episode.
Exactly. And I feel like if we get 20 episodes of Stargate that are new Stargate, I don't think Martin Garrow's necessarily the type of person that would be like, we need that.
That's the thing. It
But
can't be new
studios.
Stargate. It can't be new Stargate because they said it is a continuation. So it can't be new. They have to stick to what has come before.
Well, sure. Yeah. It's more so I'm thinking that if they get that 20 episode count, it's almost it may end up, and it's a may much more than anything. It's just a trepidation. Doctor. I don't want them to feel pigeonholed where, hey, we have this amount of story that we can tell. Do we push it off into the next season? We have 4 extra episodes we weren't necessarily planning on making. Do we put a musical episode? Do we put up 2 holiday episodes? Do we do this up like a puppet episode? Because puppets have been done in Stargate before, or do we make it a Wormhole Extreme episode? Like, there is precedent set within Stargate with the Wormhole Extremes and stuff like that to kind of have those fun episodes. I don't think that's a good idea for Stargate to start with that, especially when that's
but you
Star Wars.
You can have stuff like that if they really want it, because all they have to do is add in a race that created some technology that killed their entire race, and then one of the Stargate members comes along, sticks his head in a device, silly thing like Colonel O'Neill does, and then all of a sudden he's unconscious, and in his head, we see scenes in his head of people singing and dancing, because that's what the machine would do. But
they do some fun stuff like that, but as long as it's not an entire episode, just like
no, it won't be. It'll be like flashes, like
yeah.
He'll be unconscious on the floor, fade in, credits roll, right?
Well,
so for the opening sequence rolls, and then it comes back and we're in his head, and he's he's in a penguin suit or something with a top hat and a bloody walking stick, and he's like doing the tap dancing or something stupid like that.
It is a continuation of old Stargate, but that's where I worry with modern writing coming in, trying to do stuff like that.
Exactly. So, I mean, they could do it. I'm not saying that they can't, but I wouldn't want them to.
No.
It's like I hated the idea of Star Trek doing it. I mean, Jesus Christ. Boy band Klingons, Jesus Christ.
Stormy and Jay love the K-pop Klingons. That was their favorite.
Oh my God, K-pop Klingons. That's just...
Yeah, but they can if they really wanted to. But I don't think, as fans, me specifically, I wouldn't want to see it. It would be a put-off for me. Because, I mean, Strangely Worlds, I was put off Strangely Worlds anyway. So, I mean, yes, I enjoyed some of the story, but most of the time, wasn't really bothered.
Which is a shame.
It is a shame. I always go into a show hoping to enjoy it. But, once you make a video about or a stream about a show, you have to make another one. So I had to continue watching it and do that. But I'd rather have stopped watching it. But, I wanted to get the viewers wanted the video. They wanted the content.
So at a certain point, that's not even like the case mentally for myself anymore. If I'm not enjoying something, I'll stop watching it if it's really that bad. But a lot of the times I'm just OCD enough where I'm like, I invested that much time. If I cut the story off now, my brain's going to hurt. Like, I need to just close that chapter real fast,
I would rather make a video and have someone comment underneath saying something like, "Oh, I'm glad you watched this because now I know not to because it's crap."
True, that's true.
I would rather that happen than, watch something and then do a video about it and say, it's crap, turn it off, not do another one, and then have people saying, "Hey, why aren't you doing another video for Star Trek? Why aren't you doing another video for this?" Because they're not watching it just to get our opinion. They're watching it to get our reaction, so to see how we feel about it as well. So I'd rather do it for them than myself.
Yeah. Popcorn just made me think about like Game of Thrones doing a frickin' musical episode or something, which would be quite awful if they ever did. What do y'all think about? Because I know Stormy was talking about watching Game of Thrones and binging it as of recent. Did you watch any House of Dragon with it?
No, I haven't. That was next.
I see.
But every time I watch Game of Thrones, because we gave the creators so much shit for the last few episodes, and Danny, more or less melting King's Landing, with the attacks, and how could she go so far? She just went. No, she didn't. Every episode I see, when there's some seems like every other episode, I should say, there's somebody talking Danny out of doing something horrible.
Yeah.
And it was Jorah. No, we should not. You don't want to be you don't want to be the queen of the ash pile or something like that. And she was constant. Oh no, let's just take all the slave owners and let's line them up and kill them all and just let their bodies die. I mean, it's just And then the times that she does let herself, like executing the guy that killed somebody else because that was extrajudicial. So she executed him in front of all the former slaves. This guy was a slave, and he killed. Even after he was freed, he went back and killed one of the other slaves that was in trouble for something else, being a son of the Harpies. And so then she killed this guy, and everyone's telling, no, don't, you don't want to do that, and it's like she does, and then all hell breaks loose. And so, I mean, it was like every season, almost every episode, someone was talking her out of doing some really heinous shit, but all of a sudden at the very end, she did her heinous shit that she did
what she felt she had to. She has to secure her position. She had to secure her position. That's what she was doing.
And
she
I
wasn't
think
crazy.
I think that tendency was there throughout the entire series.
She's a Targaryen, for crying out loud. What do they expect?
Half of them go mad anyway.
I mean, I don't think she was as bad as her brother. Her brother was really off the hook.
Oh, Viserys wasn't.
Yeah, God knows what he would have done with that power. But for her,
he would have been a monster.
She at least took advice from some people most of the time until the very last. And I remember after the attack, scenes from Arya coated in ash, in the horrors of all of that afterwards. I said, well, that's exactly what Dany wanted from the very beginning. She just didn't have grown dragons, or she didn't have the army, she didn't have the navy. Then she got the Dragonstone, and it was just, and she was just Cersei until she saw the army of the dead in person and said, oh yeah, we got this. Yeah.
I reckon she finally saw that she was the one that was meant to sit on the throne, because she was the one that survived, that didn't feel the heat of the water from the bath in the first episode. Episode, we see her, she's in a hot bath, and the servant comes up and says, oh, it's too hot, but she doesn't feel it. So from that point, she must have been thinking to herself, am I the one that's meant to be on the throne? Am I?
And by the end of season 1, walking out of the fire with the dragon eggs, you're like, yep, she's the one. Like, whoop. Did y'all see the trailer for Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
Yep.
I did not.
Oof.
Is it awesome sauce? Is it something I need to go watch?
Do you want to risk showing it, or?
I'm intrigued. We can try. Let's do a little lo-fi on in the background to kind of thwart the copyright peoples. Of the Seven Kingdoms trailer.
Amazon tend to acknowledge the copyright, but they tend to allow people to react to it because it only broadens the audience for it.
Especially if it's a trailer.
This is HBO. And Warner Brothers has never been very good about that. They've been really bad about taking things down. But hey, we're 2.5 hours in, if we have to mute 3 minutes of our stream, almost 3 hours into it, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
We'll be okay.
Yeah.
Let's do the one that's.
But I am looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it, just like House of the Dragon 3 season 3, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. And I think they said they're going to go till season 5 with House of the Dragon.
I thought they were rushing it, because I thought they already said that they were rushing the House of the Dragon because they were only getting a smaller amount of seasons.
I feel like that was the original intent, because I remember them saying that after season 2 aired, and now before season 3's airing, it's looking like they might get all 5 seasons, because HBO just dropped that they have a whole bunch of. They dropped the list of all the planned things they have for Westeros.
Yeah.
Shall we dive into Westeros?
Go.
Not sure.
I think they're going a bit of a more comedic way this one.
Yeah, the thing I'm really looking forward to next year more than anything is Project Hail Mary.
Oh, I'm so excited. That's
my girlfriend and I, we kind of read that at the same time, and it was just outrageously good. We're both on Team Rocky. Hell yeah.
I'm excited. Project Hail Mary, I'm glad the book came out when it did, because I don't think as many people would have read the book if The Martian hadn't had done as well theatrically as it did. And because it did, people were willing to read that Project Hail Mary book, and I'm glad it's being made into a film. Matt's been talking about that book since The Martian. I feel like and Ryan Gosling is cool. I think he's a good choice for it. He's a chameleon of Hollywood, obviously, but always very much Ryan Gosling at the same time. And I don't know. I don't know a whole bunch about the book. He seems like a good person to tackle the mantle of it. But what do you think about that Hedge Knight? Not Hedge Knight, Nine of the Seven Kingdoms, whatever I'm trying to say.
Now, so
Hedge Knight is the second title is Hedge Knight, isn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
So did the HBO ever say that we're looking to have this as like a one season kind of thing, or a 5-season epic, or have they ever gone into that kind of detail? Or do they?
I believe they're shooting for 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Because it's based off a short story. So it's not it's more of a novella than an actual novel, is what this one's based off of.
Well,
I think judging from the second title, I'm assuming that each season might be about a different person.
Oh.
Because if the season is based on a short story, what other short stories are there that they could put under
the show is based on a short story, not the season.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I mean, if it's based on a short story, then why not make season 2 a different character? It wouldn't be an issue.
Not necessarily. It would be a different show at that point. This is specific to that story, I think. But if they were going to
not if they interact at certain points.
I don't know if this story in particular has.
I don't think they've ever done that in any show, have they? They haven't had many interactions. I mean, Stargate is the only one that comes to mind.
Stargate and like the Arrowverse.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. They're about the only ones. It's not done that often, so.
If they were to
could be good, could be a great idea.
Change the cast or do something else with this, it would probably be aging them up.
It'll end up being The Witcher.
As I watched the first 2 episodes of season 4, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I couldn't do it anymore. I tried. I tried. I was like, you know what? Let me give Liam Hemsworth an actual honest try here. Oh, it was hard to get through. And did you see that they actually dropped The Rats, the actual TV movie that they made on Netflix? It was supposed to be like the big movie they made to get you excited for season 4, and they quietly didn't put a single piece of promotion up. The Twitter, the X, whatever, literally hasn't tweeted about it once. The official Witcher account has not tweeted about them releasing and dropping a whole new product and project on Netflix.
It shows the confidence they had in it.
Exactly, and it's bad. Like
they must have had amazing confidence in that,
right?
Well, Lauren Hisrich, I really don't think she's the worst showrunner in the world. I think she might have been the worst choice in the world to pick for The Witcher, because she obviously doesn't care about the source material like at all. Henry Cavill left because she didn't care about it, and it's not like very public and obvious, because this is not the books, it's not the video games. It is very much Lauren Hisrich just making a fan fiction thing and with her writer's room. All that being said, as stupid as Witcher has become, and it is never really. Henry Cavill made The Witcher what it was. There's no quality.
I think he had a lot of input that they actually listened to whilst he was on set. So
I think contractually we're obligated to listen to. And the second that ran dry, he was like, "They won't listen to me at all. I'm out of here." And that was probably the smart move to make. All that being said, because Lauren Hisrich has screwed The Witcher up. Sorry, that is her fault. I don't think she's a bad showrunner, and I think she could be a really good showrunner for other projects and things like that, but I don't think that is her vein of projects she should be in charge of. She's proven to not be a bad action showrunner, but this is obviously not something she cares about. So I don't know why she's trying to push it back and further it. Take the momentum from those first few seasons and get a show you care about. I don't understand. And obviously, we talk about it, Greg and I specifically on Fridays on Radical Wasteland all the time, is work's not as common in Hollywood as it was. Work's not as common in the film industry as it was. And hey, I understand Netflix is willing to pay you for the Witcher stuff because they got the properties, but do something you care about at the same time. Have
do something worthwhile. With all that money they're spending, do something worthwhile.
Well,
that's why I've said it loads of times. I mean, they care about the streaming services mostly care about the quality, the quantity over quality.
Yeah.
So they're paying what they need to get stuff on the service. Full stop. They don't care if it's any good. They just want eyeballs on it. They know people are going to watch it, regardless of whether it's good or bad. Whether a show's good or bad, that's our own opinions. We decide to ourselves, this is a really bad show, I'm not going to watch it. But they're going to carry on doing it because people are watching it.
Yeah.
Not as many as they might have hoped, but they've got eyeballs on it. That means they've got eyeballs on. If people are paying the subscription, that doesn't block ads. Then they've got people watching the ads that are there which are their revenue. They don't care about it. They care about the money. So I think that the directors, they should be the one. They should always care about the projects they're getting paid to do.
Agreed.
Whether they want, yeah.
Agreed.
But if they don't care about it, well, it's just going to be a terrible show.
It's a gut punch of a show.
Starts out really well, and then all of a sudden, it hits you. Yeah.
I'm glad I pressed it again as you said it hits you. It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's just the punch sound is the worst. It's so small. I wish it was just a little bit better of a sound.
Sounds
okay
here.
If The Witcher's gone the wayside, if Game of Thrones is doing its own stuff and it has successfully, I would say, created its own zeitgeist. If, like you said, if Game of Thrones is doing something, I'm probably going to go watch. You know what? Scratch that. I'm going to go watch it.
I'm definitely going to watch it. Definitely going to watch it.
Do y'all think, because there hasn't been, The Last Kingdom was kind of right there after Game of Thrones went away at first, before House of the Dragon was brought in and they started doing more shows. Last Kingdom kind of took up that space for a little bit. Obviously, Witcher season 1 and 2 kind of took up that space for a little bit.
Didn't Vikings?
Vikings took up that space to a degree too, but none of those shows have been near the success of Game of Thrones.
No.
Do y'all think Highlander has the ability to garner a different corner of fantasy in that sense, that other shows like Last Kingdom, Vikings, Witcher, so on and so forth, Carnival Row, all these different things weren't able, even Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, which is the most fit thing to ever frickin' just take over the fantasy realm. People hate it. And it's got some decent things throughout it, but for the most part, people dislike it. Is Highlander...
the Highlander, there was a Highlander series. Was that the 90s?
Yeah, there's a Highlander live action series in the 90s, and there was also the animated series as well.
I mean, and I watched the 90s live action series. It lasted for 3 seasons, I think it was, something like that. But there was. But
it had loads of movies. It was kind of like a Babylon 5
right
way. It had loads of movies that were carried on afterwards.
But for me, the live action show, the series, it was like there were. I mean, every week there can only be one, and after a while, they're going to die. They're going to die.
I like that. I really did like that because it was like every time it's like there can be only one, and then you've got a building where hundreds of them are being kept asleep.
So you're the reason they went so long.
Well, that's got to be something they're doing away with going into this.
There was also that Highlander series, live action series that broke the lore of Highlander Raven, about female Highlander.
I did like that.
I'm not saying it was terrible. I'm just saying that the law was saying that they're all men. They can't have children.
That was got one season, right?
Yeah, I only had one season, and I think it had one of the movies was part of it as well.
No,
yeah. It never seemed like Highlander was so. They had some really cool lore that they put in there, and then they were like, just shove it to the side. We're gonna keep moving real quick.
Yeah.
Which hopefully I think Chad Stahelski, Jay's talked about it a bit. Is it sounds like he's very much more. There's not going to just be one. We're going to have to go through some stuff and figure some stuff out. But I think that is the right approach because as cool as the lore is there, that I love that rule.
I do agree with David B. Vikings was a fantastic show.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen a whole bunch of it, but
later on it got a bit frustrating. But, yeah,
Travis Flimmel, that guy. I have such a love-hate relationship with watching his work, because he's undoubtedly phenomenal just as an actor. He can really pull out some good stuff.
Yeah,
just some of the projects I'm not the biggest fan of.
What was that? What was that film he was in?
Warcraft.
No,
I liked Warcraft actually. It was fun.
I was trying to think.
He did Raised by Wolves, that Ridley Scott TV show, for 2 seasons, and I watched every moment that there was of that show, and it was so painful to watch. I was like, it's going to get better. It's Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
There is a niche fan base that really enjoys Raised by Wolves. I don't get it. That show makes me want to bang my head up against the wall, and it's the type of sci-fi I love, but it just didn't do it. And it's not Travis Flimmel's fault. I just find his manager or his agent's choice of films that he gets put in very interesting sometimes. It's a very eclectic repertoire, which is cool. What else we thinking, y'all?
I'm thinking my butt's asleep.
we had to get if you came back for the first time in a few months and we didn't get close to the 3-hour mark at the very least.
If you're looking for 3 hours of content, then I can run my mouth. You know,
we're not necessarily looking, but it just
that's the one
right if we didn't have some.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I just found that film. I was trying to think of the one with Travis Fimmel. Danger Close: The Battle of Longtown. Great film.
Danger Close.
I don't think I've ever heard
that. Yeah, I think he's part of an Australian brigade during Vietnam. I think. Great movie.
Yeah, the quick little that's hilarious that Reddit has the description right here rather than like just the Google one. That's kind of wild. But right here it says this is a nice little Vietnam movie that focuses on the actual military issues, terrain, weather, limited intelligence, etc. faced by the enlisted and officers.
Logistics, everything. Great movie. I'd say it's on par with Siege at Jodorville, but Siege at Jodorville was the Irish one with United Nations in Africa. That was a good movie as well.
Huh.
Siege at Jodorville.
Did you see
Jodorville?
Sisu. I was about to say Siwa, and I was like, that's not it. Sisu.
Yeah, great movie.
The second one's out right now. I think it might already be out of theaters, and I am going to be upset if I missed it. But Sisu is fun. Talk about John Wick vein. Chad Stahelski.
A lot of realism in it as well.
Oh yeah, I mean there was definitely some exaggerations, but the exaggerations were based in realism, which was just like, how can you not appreciate that even more? Have you seen Sisu, Stormy?
I have not.
It's John Wick style of action,
right?
But it is a 1940s movie, mid World War II. Where's the actual character from? Do you remember, Melvin?
No, I can't remember. I think I've only seen it like once, maybe twice.
Okay, well, he's like an Eastern European kind of fella, and he's kind of just on his lonesome, he's very much lone wanderer, having to John Wick against a bunch of Nazis in just like the tundra, and it's great. It's great. It's the simplest thing that you could make a movie out of, and it is pure badassery. It's awesome. It's awesome.
I do like a good war film.
What's your favorite war film?
Ooh, my favorite war film. It's hard to say.
Yeah, now we're getting.
I can say a few.
My favorite movie is Braveheart, but I don't know if it's either Braveheart or Hacksaw Ridge for war film like that.
I'd have to say I could say a few. I can't say one because I don't have a favorite. So I can list off a few. Got a Battle of Britain.
Ooh.
A Bridge Too Far.
And,
I love The Bridge Too Far. Right.
Yeah. And Reach for the Skies. There's three of my favorites. They just happen to be World War II films, though. It's the Spitfires, I'm telling you.
Oh, do you have one, Stormy?
Probably the best one, well crafted, has got to be Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, so good.
I mean, just the opening scene is like,
yeah,
and then because I've worked with veterans charities for such a long time, is like I know a lot of these guys, and when they say that's exactly how it was. Usually they say, "Oh, that was candy coated," or "It really wasn't like that," and it was just like. And then you see them, they get really quiet, and the veterans will say, "That's exactly how it was." And then Spielberg nailed it.
The two movies I feel like get that notion, I guess, given to them most frequently feel like Saving Private Ryan and Hacksaw Ridge, which are both just so intense. So intense. Would Stormy, this is the caveat for the question you asked. Are Lord of the Rings war films? Because if so, sorry, Braveheart, sorry, sorry, Hacksaw Ridge, that kind of takes the cake.
Well, it's really hard to tell you. Yes, I would say they're fantasy war films. I would say they're
that's like asking if Starship Troopers is a fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, because even though the story was taken directly from J.R.R. Tolkien's experiences in trench warfare during World War I, and but I would say it's a fantasy film. But in terms of like war film, I think war films, if you're looking at it like a cinematic term, war films are movies made from actual
historical,
Dunkirk.
Yeah, Dunkirk.
Yeah.
The Guns of Navarone.
Apocalypse Now.
Yeah. Apocalypse Now, yeah.
Oh, so good. Platoon. I mean,
Platoon, yeah.
Would y'all consider it is based in wartime and it has everything to do with war besides watching the actual war happen itself? Is Oppenheimer a war film?
No, I'd say it's more of historic film, to be honest.
Okay.
It's historic, but that'd be kind of like a TV series that was back in the 70s, the 80s called Winds of War, which was I think same from a romance novel that just happened to have World War II as the backdrop and all the shit that went down during World War II. I wouldn't call it a war film. It was definitely during a war era, but it was not a battle film.
No.
It wasn't a battle film.
Okay. Peter said that he's still not watched Band of Brothers. If we're talking TV, Band of Brothers is the best war thing.
Band of Brothers and Pacific.
The Pacific is also great. Band of Brothers.
Great war shows.
What's the one that came out? Was it Airmen or something like that, like 2 or 3 years ago?
Was something of the air, right?
Masters of the Air, is that it?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll Google it real quick.
Not exactly not exactly inaccurate to history. Close enough,
it was
though.
Still the same production.
Yeah.
Close enough, but it wasn't accurate.
No, I think it used a historical events as kind of a backdrop for the relationships that these people had, which were fictional.
I'd like to have them do a movie that has that the discrimination between the regular American soldiers and the Black American soldiers during World War II in the UK, because there was actually an event. Was it the Battle of Stamford Bridge? I think it is, when the British the villagers in oh no, not Stamford Bridge, but the villagers they allowed black men from the US forces to come into the bar and have a drink, and they would dance and they would talk, chat and laugh with the white women. So the regular army, being that time period, very very discriminating,
segregated.
They would come. They come in. They hate what they're seeing because the American forces, apparently the officers, the commanders of the US forces in the UK at the time, had sent to all the villages and all the shops, all the bars, saying like, do not allow our coloured soldiers into your shops, into your bars, or anything like that, because they wanted to bring the segregation over to the UK with them. So, the villagers, all the villagers were like, we're not doing that. And there was literally something that kicked off a fight in this village between the Americans and the Brits. Literally, almost came to bullets.
That was some crazy shit.
Because we've always been diverse. We don't care. We're colorblind in the UK. We always have been. It's historic.
Yeah,
but we're not going to stand back and allow it to happen. Just because it happens in America, we weren't going to segregate them over here because it's a different country, got different rules, different way of life. But
correct me if I'm wrong, but if you look back at British history over the last, 1,000 years, British culture has been damn near involved in the culture of every other culture on the planet.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a joke over here
influenced,
that the United Kingdom has a celebration in almost every country in the world called Independence Day. And it's just like here in America. Well, back when I was in school, British history was American history up until the end of the Revolutionary War, and then we didn't hear shit about the Brits until World War II in history class.
Yeah.
So I think
I wouldn't be surprised if you don't hear about them nowadays. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't teach anything about us in schools nowadays.
Years ago,
but
anyway, going back to that, I mean, I hear a lot of reports from what's the thing that you guys are? What's the schism? London is being Islamicized or something, and it says, you guys were all over the fucking world. I mean, the Beatles had, Indian gurus and no one batted an eye, but now it's just like, now it's an issue. The UK is for whites only. I said, well, it's like same thing in America. America wanted to be a superpower. Now we're all pissed off because being a superpower is really expensive. Yeah. And all of a sudden, a superpower, you get influences from all over the world. If you want to be isolated, be fucking isolated. Mm-hmm. And it's just like I think it's a media-driven schism here, and I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, you correct me if I'm wrong, but that kind of schism is also kind of people are standing back and can't figure out how England got to where it is because of the history of what England was and what England did.
I can't really get into too much on a live stream.
Don't get banned and
because
literally get parents in trouble.
Stormy, people are getting arrested for tweeting one word that hurts someone's feelings.
It's a weird
10 months in prison.
Back and forth too.
10 months?
At least.
Jesus Christ. Well, I hope those weren't the words.
If you get a chance, look up a woman called Jennifer Connelly.
The actress?
No.
I was like, she was in Top Gun too.
Are we now, politicizing Rocketeer? Because it had Nazis in it.
No.
Those were the bad Nazis.
No, it's not. Hold on, let me just check and make sure. Lucy Connolly. Sorry, Lucy Connolly.
Lucy Connolly.
Yeah. Is it Lucy Connolly?
Should I even put this in Google?
Billy Connolly's daughter. Connolly, whatever.
Yeah. She was arrested for a tweet that she made after an incident in the UK, and she was in prison. And yeah. But the thing is, it was up there for an hour. She deleted it an hour after. She calmed down. And yeah, you got it, have you?
Urged her followers on X to set fire to hotels housing asylum seekers. Holy cat! Okay, she would get arrested here for inciting violence. I mean, calling for setting fires to hotels.
Yeah, but
holy.
Does that say about why she did it?
It doesn't say why. That was like the.
I don't know if you heard that a couple of years ago. A few little girls unfortunately lost their lives because a guy decided to go into a dance class with a knife.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
The article I'm reading now.
That is when she tweeted it. She was angry. She had just heard that 3 young girls, innocent little girls, had been killed, been unalived, and she was angry. She was venting, so she put a post on there because she thought it was one of the illegal immigrants, which is a very common thought that's going around in the UK. Not necessarily incorrect, but I'm not confirming that it is correct because obviously I don't want to get into trouble.
Right.
But yeah,
she deleted it. Her husband was
yeah. And they tried to get him sacked as well.
It is a dicey time to be alive. I guess when has it never not been? But now that everything's publicized the way it is, everything's dicey all the time.
Harris, this is the opportunity for you to say thank you because we're now at the 3-hour mark.
We've hit 3. Beautiful.
The only thing I had to say was your favorite war film, and that was good for another 15 minutes.
Oh, I do have another war film that I do really like to watch. I really enjoy it.
Don't keep it to yourself, Melvin. Shit.
We Were Soldiers.
Oh, yep.
Okay, so you heard about this Peter Jackson film. It was kind of a documentary, They Shall Not Grow Old. He took a lot of war footage that was in black and white, and mostly he told the story of these wars, but he colorized them. Only thing he really did was colorize them and upscale the video to clean up all the glitches in the film, the regular negative. And it is so much more impactful. They Shall Not Grow Old. Peter Jackson, go give it a good watch. Did he do
that after he did the Beatles? Did he use the same technology?
Maybe. I'm not sure. Let me go look.
Because
he did the Beatles Get Back 3 years later after they.
So he was testing the technology for that.
Right, he did. They Shall Not Grow Old right after Battle of the Five Armies, and then then They Shall Not Grow Old, and then the Beatles. He did 3 episodes of Get Back, and then Get Back the Rooftop Concert in 2022. And then he did the Beatles Now, and then 2023.
And he did
as a producer
in 2019. We forget about that one though. As much as Mortal Engines could have been cool, that's just oof. Just while we were talking about it, Red Tails is also a good one. It's not a great war film, but it's important. You don't like it?
I didn't like it.
Is correct me if the title is wrong. Isn't Tuskegee another one?
Yeah, Tuskegee Airmen is the same story basically.
It is the same story, but is it called Tuskegee or Tuskegee Airmen?
It's it was. I think it was actually called Tuskegee Squadron, wasn't it?
Originally Tuskegee or Tuskegee Airmen.
There were several.
I mean, the actual squadron in real life.
Oh, yes, in real life, yes.
I think. Yeah. So. Wasn't a very good. I think the dialogue. I didn't like the way that they did the dialogue. It was very. I don't know, inaccurate for the period. Does that make sense?
The Red Tails or Tuskegee Airmen?
For Red Tails.
Yeah, Red Tails.
And the visual effects were trash.
It was George Lucas and ILM, and
that's going to make George proud.
The visual effects were terrible in Red Tails.
It was the biggest conundrum of the film because they had a great cast, but it obviously it came out when I was younger, so whenever I watched it, it was like, oh, this is just the fun movie in theaters, and it was necessary history to learn and all that. But watching it back a few years later, I'd rather watch Tuskegee Airmen over that 10 times out of 10, I think. Even though I liked the cast and technically the filmmaking team behind it a little bit more for Red Tails.
Haven't they made another one recently about black female pilots? Is it Netflix? Amazon?
I don't know.
I thought there's a book about them, about the squadron of women that delivered bombers to forward bases. I think there was maybe a book about that, but I don't remember
There is a Special Ops Lioness on Paramount, but that is different. But Special Ops Lioness is badass and awesome. I'm so excited for more.
Let's see if I can find it. It usually pops up on the home screen whenever I open Netflix or Amazon. I can't remember which one it is.
I said badass and awesome. It's badass and awesome, but it's also really sad. Awesome is probably not the right word to use for Lioness.
Maybe.
Well, what else are we thinking, y'all?
Now I really do have to go.
Yeah, we're about that 3-hour mark. We'll kind of wrap it up around here. Melvin,
Jay would be sad that he missed out.
Melvin, you got any time this week you want to come hang?
Yeah, can do.
All right. Yeah. We will text and figure that out then.
Melvin, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
Don't let Harris keep you off the stream anymore.
We've been trying to get him as often as possible recently.
Mm-hmm.
We have been stargating, which has been fun.
Well, I've been keeping myself away from things for a while, but I'm getting back to it.
Good deal. Good deal. It's good to see you. Good to see you.
All right.
You too.
And for me, it's good to be back. Good to be back.
We are so happy you're back. It was so fun.
You missed
I'm
my
glad
hat.
we got to do this stream this way. We need our good long conversations. We get to the point when we need to, but
yeah, you need to break the 3 hours now and then.
Every now and then, you know.
Yeah, it's like breaking a sound barrier. It's got to be done.
Boom.
Yeah. Well, they back. Oh shit! What, 2 years ago? They started. Oh, we're at an hour. Can we make it an hour and a half? And I keep them on for 3 hours, just bringing up bullshit. Well, what did you think of the cinematic style of whatever the fuck it was? Oh yeah, and so we end up. Then there's an argument. Then there's a fist fight in the chat room, and then it's just mayhem ever since. And it's just let's just do that again.
That's the same for me. As soon as I get people to join my streams, I'm just like, I don't want to end it. I want to keep going. But you got to end at some point.
It was great.
I love the way that we can say, like, oh, we're going to end it here, and then carry on for another half hour.
Stormy and I are that. That is the two of us for damn sure. Because Stormy will half bullshit us with that little fun little thing like the cinematic this or that, and you know who bites? This idiot right here every damn time.
I got a bag full of Harris bait I can whip out at any point in time.
I will take it. It's Scooby Snacks for me. I'm ready.
All right. We didn't even get to something called speech synthesis markup language, or the HTML version of AI speech synthesis called SSML. We didn't get to talk about that today.
Well, that's next Sunday.
That's next Sunday.
Of course.
We got to do like whether we like it or not, AI is going to be used in content forever, until we all die.
From here on out, it's just part of it.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, or indifferent, and it's just kind of figuring out the.
More people are going to start using it for their thumbnails and everything.
I'm glad that YouTube use it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was, because for the Spider Crypt thing, there's a lot of AI in it, And I did a deep dive on what YouTube allows and what you have to say. If you're using it to alter factual events, then you have to disclose. But if you're just doing like fiction, like short stories or audiobooks or anything like that, you do not.
Which are showing up on YouTube a hell of a lot now. There's a hell of a lot of sci-fi stories coming up on YouTube now.
So what's that hashtag? Let's see, HY humans. HY something like humans. Oh no, HFY humans. Fuck yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I keep like lo-fi and music on kind of the background of the house or my room, whatever. I kind of sleep with white noise on, so on and so forth. But during the day, I like to have lo-fi on. And at first, when all the AI stuff was coming out, it's like, oh, I got a cool Star Wars this. I got a cool Stargate this. I got a cool whatever it is, Lord of the Rings, Skyrim, Fallout, whatever this. And it's like 6 hours of the right type of music, 6 hours of fantasy-inspired this or whatever. But it all, like the dopamine and serotonin hits we were talking about earlier, just kind of like runs dry at a certain point, and you can tell it's not.
Yeah, especially what Melvin was talking about, all the sci-fi stuff. I saw one come across my recommended on YouTube. Oh, I don't know, about a month or so ago, and it's like
I listened to one or two, and all of a sudden, every one I listen to some at night now when I'm trying to sleep. So I'll go to sleep listening to one of the audio stories. But it's always got a character named Sarah Chen. Every single one of them is Sarah Chen.
Yeah. Well, and there's this. There's the first one I watched or listened to was there was this space mechanic, down on his luck, had a child, had no money, but he decided to put the last of his money into this abandoned hangar at this spaceport. And it turned out that there was a secret hangar in this hangar that had all these ancient spaceships and famous spaceships. The guy that died, it's kind of like a episode of like one of those shows, like storage unit auctions or whatever.
Yeah.
And so this guy bought
George or whatever.
It was, I'm sure the story was HI. I know the thumbnail was. I know the voiceover was. But it was engaging. And I think a year ago, that shit wouldn't have been engaging. But if you look at this guy's channel, he's been at it for 2 years. And I don't want to, I don't want to like.
It might as well be, David.
Yeah. So anyway, this guy's been at it for 2 years and has produced 12,000 videos. That's 6,000 a year. That's 500 a month. On one channel, and so you look at all the comments, and he's kind of saying, "Well, yeah, I got this idea, I got that idea." I mean, he may be doing it like me. He may have he may come up with a prompt and some characters that probably how this one character keeps reoccurring. They may be using the same character, build off of that. But yeah, I don't think it's going to go away.
Oh, it's not going away.
It's going to get worse.
It'll get worse before it gets better. Most things tend to.
All right, now we're at 3:12, and I'm really starving.
Honestly, that's probably a great thing. It's 2 p.m. on the West Coast, which means it's 3 or 4 for you. 3, or is Albuquerque all the way in Central already?
No, we're Mountain. It's
okay, so it's 3.
Here.
And if it's 3 p.m. over there and 2 p.m. over here, means it's 10 p.m. for Melvin.
9:54.
We're rounding up. Come on.
What should I say? Let's get it right. 21:54.
Now, yeah.
Said military movies. We're going military time.
I prefer the 24-hour to the 12-hour clock. Because if you look at a 12-hour clock, you're like, oh, it's 4 o'clock. It's dark out. It must be the morning.
Or it must be, either that or it's Montana. One of the.
Well, that or you're in the Antarctic and you haven't realised it's been nighttime for like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
well, here in the Arctic. If you see General Hammond, let us know.
Yeah, that'd be.
I don't know. I'm still trying to dodge that drone that was fired from somewhere.
Don't even give me drones.
all of this being said, because we will pick up. Y'all know we will pick up. We will get off of this
training
train.
to leave, but we can't.
I know we're trying. We'll get off this train now.
Oh, good one.
We will leave y'all till tomorrow. If you're a Patreon member, come hang out for Farscape Patreon. Wednesday, we don't have a Stargate Outpost planned per se, but there's always a good chance we may do one anyway, especially if Melvin wants to come do something. It doesn't have to be Stargate, though. If you want to do something throughout the week, just holler, and we can do an afterthoughts on something, whatever we're feeling.
But I'm going to be rewatching Fallout during the week.
Ooh. Well, then come join us for Radical Wasteland if you'd like.
Yeah.
Then Radical Wasteland is the next thing on Friday. Yeah. That's all for us besides Sci-Fi Sundays next week. Y'all, where do y'all have that people can come find you? Where do y'all have that people can go watch?
For me, it's Mojo Zoo on YouTube and Professor Cringe.
Well, for me, it's Quest RC.
Y'all know the deal. Professor Cringe, Mojo Zoo, Quest RRC. We got to do some stuff. And we're so happy. We got our Storm Bear back.
We're so happy fucking calculus is over. That's what I'm happy about.
Well, all the above. Thank y'all so much for hanging on this longer stream, and we will see you soon.
See you guys. Thanks for coming.
See you guys.
Adios.